Hello? 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 Just running some tests. Nothing really to see here yet. Oh, that's great. All right. Still a little boogie on that one. Oh, that's creepy as fuck. Okay. I had my doubts this will work. But we'll see. Let's see what happens. Well, it still just does this weird fucking thing. Okay. It's not really what I was looking for. Just delete it.
What the fuck is up?
Hey.
Hola, gentlemens.
What's up, man?
What's going on? So, after reading the rundown for tonight's deal, I didn't realize how big of a deal that John Oliver thing was. And what a fucking dick.
I read excerpts, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I watched it, because I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Right.
But if we're talking about it, I mean, it's got to be somewhat of a big deal. And I was like, that's not accurate at all. Well, it's some of it is accurate, but it's it's pushed a little bit to the like high voltage from his perspective, which I don't know.
What are we talking about?
John Oliver's piece.
Yeah, the John Oliver gimmick. What are you doing, Greeny? You taking a poop? You don't want us to see?
Oh, is my camera off? Oh shit. There you go.
Are you doing the old rub and tug real quick?
No, I do that normally during the shows. That's why the camera stops here.
Ah, gotcha.
I can't help it. Troy's voice gets me hard.
Well, I mean, considering the fact I have no pants or boxers on at the moment, so...
Yeah.
So we're live on YouTube right now.
Oh, we're back to that gimmick.
So I was trying to get it so that it will stream on our website, but Weebly sucks for that kind of thing.
So I kind of figured.
So
They have a bunch of like add-ons you can buy for shit. I wonder if that's one of them.
I've tried 3 of them, and I cannot get one of them. Will just not connect. It gives me this big like fucking HTML error. One of them just shows our old episodes, which like doesn't help for a live episode. And the other one just didn't have the connectivity that it needed. So yeah.
So are we actually live on YouTube, or are you just fucking around? Oh, okay.
Smathers is there.
Well, now I gotta fucking open YouTube and monitor the chat room.
No. No. I'll be closing it in a little bit. I just was testing some things out.
Oh, it's fine. We're on. It's a fucking
Test
good
run.
episode. Why not? Shit. Let it run. If there's people in there, sure, why not? I'm good.
Hey, every now and then I get notifications on Twitter that so-and-so podcast is streaming live. Is that something we could do on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can share a link to the YouTube page on Twitter.
Oh, it just goes to the YouTube page. It's not like your
It's not like a Facebook Live-esque thing.
Right. That's what I was... Okay.
Alright, let me pop out the chat. No, actually, I should share the link, right?
You're going to share it on Facebook? So I'll throw it out there. Right.
Yeah, I'll share it on the rundown page and then share it out of there.
Okay.
On my personal.
Yeah, so since it's running through my system, it's going to be the 3 of you and then me up in a little corner here. So, because it's my schedule. Well, maybe I can... Can I alter that?
I don't know.
Let me check if I can alter that.
I mean, it's nothing too embarrassing. I mean, the only thing, basically, Ginger admitted he's fucking butt naked from the waist down, but other than that...
As long as he doesn't point the camera down, we're good.
I was going to say, I'll stand up if you guys want me to.
Now you get us thrown off of YouTube like Troy almost did that one time.
That's true. Oh, wait, does that mean I can't show porn during the show now?
Yeah, because it will broadcast live on YouTube there, buddy.
Oh my god.
That's what I was intending to. Okay, so it looks like... No, it looks like I'm stuck in the corner.
Nobody puts Troy in the corner.
Hey, how did Adam used to do it where the camera would go to whoever was talking?
Google Hangouts.
Google Hangouts,
Different.
which is not a thing
Oh, that's
anymore.
right, it was Google. No, he did it on YouTube, I thought. Before we started using Google Hangouts.
Through Google Hangouts.
Alright.
Yeah. He never did the Skype call through it.
No, he didn't, that's true.
Yeah. That was the problem, is I had to get an entirely new software, this OBS thing, just to stream onto YouTube because they no longer have Google Hangouts. So. So we'll do this for WrestleMania. We'll see. We'll see if there's any interest later on. I need to bring up my sheets though, because I can't do it on the screen. Otherwise, no one can see what's going on. So I need to bring up my phone. All right.
I like how on my screen Jason legit looks like he's inside a computer because Ginger and Troy are down here and Jason's just like, what? Why am I in this box?
See, back in the day, the response to that would be, I'm legit inside your mom. But
oh, shit.
I'd like to say I've outgrown that, but I'd be lying. So
Yeah, right. The whole show's gonna go off the rails when we do the recap on the tournament anyway.
the whole show's pretty much already off the rails. Ginger's fucking butt naked.
Yeah.
What else is new?
I don't know that he's been butt naked every time. I suppose we haven't really had that discussion.
I was gonna say, how do we know?
Fair enough.
Oh, shit.
There's a massive delay on the live stream.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I put myself into a wormhole earlier on because I was testing it out, and I'm like, hello, and then my phone, because I was doing it on my phone, said hello. Then it picked that up and just kept looping.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I think in terms of recapping this week's stuff, and if everyone's on board with my plan, let's just sort of speed through the perfect 10, because we have a fuck ton of WrestleMania matches to talk about.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Like sort of the non-weekly show things, like the John Oliver stuff, we'll probably have a little more to talk about.
Yeah.
But most of it is, and the main event, but most of it is probably fairly easy to... Unless Sal says something wrong and I have to correct him again.
Oh, here we go.
That's not correct.
So, everybody here subscribes to the network?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Rundown Wrestling Network? Absolutely.
No, the WWE network.
That's what I thought you meant. I was like, yeah?
So I got an email from WWE today. Hey, dear network subscriber, check out WrestleMania. And they portrayed their 5 biggest matches of Mania. If I were to look at this 6 months ago, I would have been like, well, that fucking Mania is going to be boring as shit.
Let's see. I probably fucking got that too.
Now everybody can see Troy burp live on YouTube. All right. Oh, let's see. What are we at for viewers?
2. 4. Sorry.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Wait.
All right. Well, we got 4 people waiting for us to talk some wrestling, so we should probably get this abortion on the road.
Wait, hold on. Who's Tron? Okay, that's Ginger.
That's me.
That's you. I'm in there. Smathers is in there, so that's 3. So there's one more person.
I think I saw Leo Connor's comment on Facebook, so he might be the other one on there.
Okay.
All right,
If he is, what's up, Leo? That's you.
I ain't watching it.
Welcome, boys and girls. Maybe. All right. Does somebody
Are hard, ready to roll?
have the rundown sheet open?
I do.
Yes.
Okay, because one of you two will need to add Ginger, Jason, and Sal to the picks once we get to that point.
All right, Sal, you're in charge of that.
Fuck me.
Dude, I'm watching the fucking chat room. You want to do that instead?
I'm broadcasting.
I'm the new guy.
You want to broadcast?
No, I'll add it to the picture. It's fine.
Look,
right.
Troy's broadcasting. I'm monitoring the chat room. Ginger's hanging dong, and you're fucking doing the fucking rundown sheet. All right.
All you have to do is put a couple of letters. Okay, JA for Jason's picks, G for Ginger's picks, and S for your picks. That's all you got to do. We've already got Adam and we've got Jeff on there, and we got my own picks on there. So fair enough.
Yep.
All right. Don't get salty.
Are you Lana?
Is that something that she says?
She's got a YouTube series called I'm Salty where she bitches about stuff.
Oh, I just figured she meant her vagina.
No.
Alright. Skype recorder?
Running.
I pointed to your picture, but you can't see that I pointed to your picture.
Does anyone else have a Skype recorder running just to be safe?
No.
Because my internet sucked.
Yes, now I do.
Okay.
Alright. I don't know how that will be, though. Because this is
we'll find out.
This is the first time we're doing this, so I don't know how
It should be 2 different spectrums, but we'll see.
Well, see, the thing is that the broadcasting is taking from my computer, which is also taking from my mic. So, I can't mute myself.
Sounds like we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
But it shouldn't affect the recording. I'm just saying like the broadcast kind of thing.
All right.
So, all right, everybody ready?
We are ready.
All right.
So I'll intro the chat room as per historical purposes. Oh wait, this means I can't whip my cock out during the show. Get kicked off YouTube.
You can.
Oh, I was looking forward to that.
I know, everyone. That's my favorite part every week.
Just remember, technically this is Adam's channel, so
That's true, right?
if you get him kicked off, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, how long did we go with the picture of the account being a glowing fucking rainbow dildo too? I mean,
That's true. It's still Sasha Banks. We should probably change that. All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rundown Wrestling Podcast, unintentionally offensive wrestling podcast. It is the biggest fucking week of the year for wrestling. It is WrestleMania weekend. And because of that, we're bringing you a star-studded, super-packed show of us monkeys. I'm your co-host, Troy. With me this week, Jason is here.
I am back, and I am happy to be on the right. What a fucking packed! Like, this isn't even a threesome anymore. We're not dangling into foursome territories. We're swinging. It's some crazy shit up in here. We are also, for those of you watching at home, we are back on the YouTubes, bitches. So what that means is the magical Smathers Lounge has returned, ladies and gentlemen. If you go to the YouTube page, or if you're using the YouTube app, you can hit up the live chat box. You can share your thoughts. We're going to do WrestleMania picks. If you got picks, we want to see your picks. Dick picks, WrestleMania picks, doesn't matter. Send us picks. We're all about it. Do it in the live chat. We will read them on the show, and we'll have some fun together.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Smathers Lounge, slide off your pants, make yourself comfortable. That's right.
There you go.
Like Ginger.
But joining me and Jason this week from WrestleMania Salvation, we could not talk about WrestleMania without him. Sal is here.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's WrestleMania week. It's bright lights, it's big cities, it's long limousines. Not for us, but for other people, I'm sure. And I could not be anywhere but in the Rundown Wrestling Podcast to talk WrestleMania.
Yeah, and for those of you watching on YouTube, you can come on Sunday and join Sal as he live watches WrestleMania with you all, as discussed on the last episode of WrestleMania Salvation.
Nice.
Good luck with that.
And
It'll actually be fun. You can watch Sal get drunker and drunker as the event goes on. It'd be worth it for the entertainment value alone, as he gets angry when Brock Lesnar beats Seth Rollins.
Oh, because I'm sure I'll be the only one.
And the fourth dick in this man's stew, Ginger, is here.
Literally have my penis out right now. That's why I don't have a full body picture. What's up, you bunch of twat waffles? Looking forward to this podcast tonight, whatever we're gonna call it. But we got WrestleMania week, so this should be an interesting one with the four of us having our opinions on each match. So it's gonna be a good one.
Is it just me, or did Ginger's intro get a lot more aggro now that we're on YouTube? I don't know what that is. Like, all of a sudden we broke out twat waffles just because it's weird. I don't know.
Oh, hey, I called everybody dirtbags last week.
That's true, you did. We're just escalating. Eventually, it's just going to get anti-Semitic in here.
Yeah, so
I got a good one for next week already.
Next week it's racial slurs.
Yeah.
So, as I said earlier, we got the Smathers Lounge live in effect, and you can check that out. The man himself is in there, and and then Smathers says, and then he gets suspended when he gets naked for the main event. I believe that's referring to Sal. And Adam says, we're back to this, are we? Clearly, Adam has enough time to be on the show, just no interest in doing so. And Smathers says,
if he's on the show, how will anybody listen to Making the Grade? They'll know his opinions then.
That's true.
if you want to know Adam's opinions in advance, just listen to mine and then reverse them.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
Before we get into the perfect time,
apparently Adam says it sounds like we're 8 miles down a well. I don't know which one of us he's talking about.
Probably all of us. This is the first time we've done this in a long time, and it's me trying to do it. So deal with it. If you don't like it, be on the show. So before we get into our predictions and talking about the weekend wrestling, we need to talk about some beautiful ladies. That's right, it was round 2, week 2 of the hottest female WWE talent tournament.
Oh, that's even worse on YouTube. All right.
And this week, hell, we broke some more fucking records, boys.
As
We had
we do.
1,801 total votes for the week.
Holy
Right.
shit.
Are those unique votes?
Shut up.
Don't start. Why would you start?
So again,
Apparently, it's just Troy that sounds like that. By the way.
dude, suck my dick. Always gotta jump on my fucking dick about the way I sound in episodes and live streams and shit like that. That's just my voice, honky. Alright? I again encourage all of you to go to rundownwrestling.com and vote just once. Just vote once.
Uno.
Because if you vote more than once, I have to filter out the votes and throw them away like fucking Donald Trump did for the black votes in the election. So we're gonna get right into it.
I knew politics were gonna come into this tonight.
It's Adam. He gets me all hot and bothered. So we started things off last Thursday when the Rundown Wrestling episode was dropping with Ruby Riott versus Killer Kelly. Now, this one was going to be kind of interesting because obviously in this tournament so far, the kind of NXT women have gone a little bit more underappreciated just because they're not as well known. But when you put her up against somebody who has enough space between her eyes to fit another pair of equally spaced eyes, you're going to get some votes going one way or the other. So, yet again, another of these...
Do we mention who we voted for? We've pretty much done that every week.
Okay. Jason, who did you vote for?
I went for Killer Kelly because Ruby Riott looks like Rachel Dratch.
All right. Ginger?
Killer Kelly. Definitely.
CL?
Killer Kelly, Ruby Riott's kind of busted.
I have said before, I think that Ruby Riott is an attractive lady, but Killer Kelly is a Portuguese hottie, so...
And by the way, hats off, Troy. Very nice pictures for Killer Kelly this week.
I
Absolutely.
do what I can, man. With a vote of 201, it's another person to break 200 to 144. With 58% of the votes, Killer Kelly moves on.
Nice.
So that would be the Sweet 16, right?
That is correct.
Correct, sir.
Yes. Then, Friday night, we had a very hotly contested matchup between Dakota Kai and Mandy Rose.
Oh boy.
Until Dakota got disqualified.
No, didn't say that happened. She did not get disqualified. So, Ginger, who did you vote for?
I may have rigged the vote. Just kidding. I went Dakota Kai.
Okay. So
It was close.
Boo this man. Boo this man.
Well, you might as well boo as me as well, because I went Dakota Kai.
Yep.
So,
Don't get me wrong. The other participant, gorgeous. Just Dakota Kai has it.
Oh, but does she?
Oh yeah.
This is
really.
this
Let's wait.
this is we have mentioned it many times before. Yes, it's a head-to-head competition, but everyone in this tournament is beautiful, and because we ate the Dakota Kai pie doesn't mean we didn't also eat the Mandy Rose pie. We just slightly enjoyed one more than the other. That's all. Didn't mean that was a bad tasting pie. It was delicious.
Mandy Rose pie.
It just meant that we liked it a little bit more. So, Sal, who did you vote for?
Guys, Dakota Kai, beautiful girl. But for me, Mandy's next level. So I voted for Mandy.
Fair enough. Jason?
I voted for Dakota Kai, so. I couldn't even fucking. Nobody's buying that shit. There's a reason the woman is called God's greatest creation, people. Come on.
Well, as an atheist, I can tell you there was many other people who decided to not vote for God's greatest creation. With a vote of 211 to 210.
Holy shit.
With 50.12% of the votes, Mandy Rose is moving on.
Wow.
Wow.
Because y'all were about to have to do this show without me.
I gotta be honest with you though, that doesn't bode well for Mandy going into the next few rounds.
Oh, did you happen to maybe take a look at who Mandy is against next round?
Is it Becky?
It's the man.
Oh,
yeah, that's
shit.
gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah.
That one, I'm calling it right now. That vote is gonna break all the records and be the highest vote out of the rest of the tournament.
Oh, see, I thought you were going with it's just gonna break the internet. I was like, yeah, probably.
Uh,
I should say that Dakota's vote total tied the next highest winner. Beat all the rest of the winners this week. So, just
So you're saying if Dakota went against anybody else,
you know,
be moving on.
didn't say that exactly. I feel like there might have been a little bit of shenanigans involved with some of the votes on there, but you know, we'll see. So that moves us on to Saturday night. Not only is that alright for fighting, but apparently it's alright to go and take a trip to Arby's because Mickie James took on Taynara Conchi, sorry. I was just gonna call on you. Ginger, who did you vote for?
Sorry about that. I went Mickie James. I still think she's got everything is just absolutely perfect about her. Even after having a kid. Or, yeah, only one kid, right, for her so far? Or she get two?
So, no, I think it's just one so far.
Okay. Regardless, gorgeous. I went with Mickie.
Well, the good news is that, you know, that kid got to...
I love Arby's, too, I mean.
Well, you know, that as soon as that kid came out, it was instantly able to do, you know, go on the swings. So, Jason. Jason, who'd you think?
Taynara Conchi is an amazingly beautiful woman, but Mickie James has full-on MILF status, and it's absolute fire. Mickie James got my vote.
Sal.
So, I went with Mickie. I gotta tell you guys, her body type is actually, like, I suits me better than, you know, Taynara's 8-pack, whatever she's got going on there. I gotta say, man, Mickie is just... Whew.
Yeah?
All right.
Plus, those cut-off Daisy Dukes from Impact don't leave my mind. So,
Oh, you got that right, brother.
Well, so
The best outfit she ever wore was her and Trish Stratus at WrestleMania.
I dig that.
Extremely short pink dress, skirt.
I don't know. Some of those Impact outfits were right up there.
I'll give you that.
Smathers with maybe the line of the night. Ruby looks like her face caught on fire and got put out with a bolt paddle.
Yeah,
God.
I was waiting until we were done to read those. I also particularly love Adams. I'm going to go back to watching the Bruins now. Great brand loyalty, asshole. And Jeff popped in for a second. Must have been on break. Must be in between giving wiener vaccinations and said, "Love you guys. Miss you. Suck you soon." So, okay.
Ah, there we go.
Jeff should be on the road to WrestleMania right now. Is he checking that? He's going to NXT tomorrow, he said, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
He's going to NXT and he's going to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So fucking get your ass to New York, bitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
what the fuck is he doing?
So
Unless he's on his way to New York watching on his phone.
there you go. While he's driving and typing.
He's going with other people. I don't know he's fucking driving.
Oh, okay. So, with a vote of 192 to 183,
Ooh, another close one.
51.2% of the votes. Moving on. My vote, Taynara Conchi.
Wow.
Oh, alright.
So, screw your nostalgia fapping.
That one took a turn.
That did take a turn. It was a late push.
All the votes came from Wisconsin. All right, moving on.
Slight left hook.
Or Brazil, whatever.
Or 4chan.
No, it was pretty close the entire time. Let's talk about one that was not so close, because Sunday night, Liv Morgan took on Isla Dawn. Now, Isla has been a bit of an upset so far in this tournament. She, you know, her first round was able to take out Alicia Fox, but would it be enough to move on to the next round and potentially face either Charlotte or Natalya? Jason, who'd you pick here?
Again, a tip of the cap to Troy finding probably the best available Isla Dawn photos to make it at least somewhat.
There ain't many.
You had to stop and look for a second, but I mean, come on.
Come on.
Let's be real. I think we all know here.
Come on. So.
Ken Kniff joining us on the rundown.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta tell you, I don't know how Isla Dawn made it past Alicia Fox. I think a lot of voters let their personal feelings get in the way, but
that Alicia Fox photo was goddamn fire that Troy put
right,
up.
Right?
It's because of her outie belly button.
Probably.
I swear.
But Liv doesn't have that problem, and I went with Liv Morgan.
So wait, her belly button could fuck Baron Corbin's belly button?
Probably.
Yeah.
Little Lynn baby.
Oh, Jesus. Ginger.
Liv Morgan all day on
All
that
right.
on that competition.
That A.
By a vote of 210 to 50. With 80% of the votes, Liv Morgan moves on.
Yeah.
I will say,
Isla Dawn had the lead for less time than Enzo Amore was employed by AEW.
Isla Dawn had the lead with less time than Angel Mori lasted inside of Liv Morgan. So I will say that next week, if Natalia or Charlotte, whoever moves on this week, winds up beating Liv Morgan, I will quit the show. So Monday's matchup saw Mrs. Johnny Wrestling Candice LeRae taking on Billie Kay.
This is the one I was interested in most going into the week.
Mm-hmm. So you're so interested in it. Who did you pick?
This is your classic cute versus sexy matchup, and that always was interesting to me right off the bat when I saw these two sort of in line to face each other in this round. For me, it's Billie Kay, though.
What the fuck?
Apparently Ginger doesn't agree. Ginger, who did you pick?
No, my fucking it keeps fucking freezing. I'm just getting pissed off.
Gotcha.
He just sat with his bare dick on a jalapeno seed.
Ow!
That was your introduction to say who.
My bad. I had to adjust real quick.
All right.
I went
Sticking to the seat.
little pre there.
Off the fucking rails already. Not the perfect time yet.
Jesus Christ. Who the hell are we talking about right now?
Candice LeRae and Billie Kay.
Okay, Candice LeRae.
All right.
Really? Okay.
I personally went with Billie Kay. Sal?
It's gonna be split. I went with Candace.
All right. With a vote of 121 to 99, 55% of the votes. Yet again, another iconic moves on. Billie Kay.
All right.
And our final matchup of the week, Tuesday night, saw a battle of the crazies. Naomi took on Nikki Cross.
Why is Naomi crazy?
Have you not seen her?
Did you see the part where she got arrested for
Driving
drunk
and driving the wrong way?
Well, she was drunk. I wouldn't say she's
cops.
batshit crazy.
She tried to assault a police officer. I would
Yeah.
say you're a little crazy to do that. All right, well, Sal doesn't think that Naomi has some issues, but who did you pick?
She got some ass.
She does have some ass, but those pitches that Troy found in Nikki, I was very pleasantly surprised. And I'll say this, they swayed my vote. I went with Nikki Cross.
All right. Jason?
I gotta tell you, honestly, I don't remember who I went with. I believe I went with Nikki Cross.
Fair enough. I myself went with Nikki Cross because I love Nikki Cross. Ginger?
Same here, Nikki Cross.
All right. With a vote of 108 to 72, 60% of the votes, Nikki Cross moves on.
Smart. Good choice, peeps.
All right. And
Well, she likes to get dirty, so there's that.
That's true.
She likes to play. She wants to play.
Just play. Don't play. Don't play. Nikki. Don't play with Nikki. Don't play with Nikki's tennis. Nikki's tennis.
Although I gotta tell you, every time I see those pictures, and then I think that Killian Dane's popping in that every night, just doesn't make sense to me.
I understand. So, right now, this includes you people watching live here. You can go to rundownwrestling.com and vote on tonight's matchup. Because tonight, it is Paige taking on Io Shirai.
You're going to want to check out the photos that Troy picks for Paige.
Yeah.
By the way, can we take a second to point out the fact that you, Troy, on our fucking website, full-on pussy flaps photos of Mickey James.
To be fair, I didn't care. Trust me, I tried to find ass pictures. I was gonna put the one where Paige is spreading her asshole, but you guys seem to be opposed to porno. I already got us blocked at Sales Work.
Side story to this thing is that Troy responds in our host thread saying, "What? You can't see your pussy?" So I was like, "Oh, really?" I zoomed in, I circled, right? Zoomed and circled, sent it back in the thread, and said, "Oh, really?" Then my kid opens my iPad when I'm not looking.
Oh
what the
no!
Daddy, what's this?
Well, Ransom B's conversation.
Well, son, that's where you came from. And someday, that's where you'll come.
You came from Mickey James?
Maybe. I don't know his personal life.
Well, that explains why it's so stretched out.
Tomorrow night,
I did catch it before he saw anything. But, the parental panic.
Ooh, shit.
Tomorrow night will be a matchup between Natalya and Charlotte Flair.
Do you want to give predictions?
Sure.
Predicting everything else on this goddamn show tonight.
Sure. Who?
Sal.
Huh?
Sal.
Italian Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
Charlotte and her big new titties.
That picture I sent last week, right?
Yeah. That's it.
They're fixed.
Symmetrical.
No, actually, I went with different pictures for Charlotte. Natalya takes a lot of the same picture, so it was difficult for me to find things because all of her pictures are her in a tank top, holding a bottle of water. Weirdly,
fucking bulldog face.
Yeah, exactly. Saturday night will be.
I picked before or whatever. Ginger didn't give his. We just glossed right over everybody else.
I didn't give mine either. You didn't give yours. I thought we were just fucking with Sal. Go ahead, Ginger. What is your pick between Natalya and Charlotte Flair?
Dahlia.
Jason?
That's
a tough one because I think they're both really fucking sexy. Actually, to be honest with you,
I think they're both atrocious, and I picked neither.
I think Charlotte's body, just
she has no ass.
No, like her.
Although it is,
she has an oddly shaped body, and it just.
It's the John Cena complex. Body. Yeah.
See, you have to separate the hatred for Natalya's in-ring performance from the fact that she is very, very
stocky,
thick in the right ways. So I would go Natalya.
She also has she looks like she wants to speak to your manager. So I don't buy that.
Yeah, she doesn't have the shoulder and then the spike.
No, not yet.
You've also clearly never heard the phrase "fuck the bitch out of her," so it's a challenge.
I guess we didn't give our picks for the first round, or for the first matchup. Paige and Io Shirai. It's going to be difficult for me not to pick an Asian woman every chance I get. So Io Shirai is my pick for that. Ginger, who do you go with?
Paige all day.
All right, Jason.
I've had a thing for the English accent on a girl since I was a kid, so I'm going Paige. Plus, she likes to warm it up for you.
Yeah, she does. she seems to be a decent.
And she's very racially tolerant, and you gotta respect that.
That's true. Yeah. Huh. So good on you there, Sal. Who do you go for? Who are you going for there, buddy?
It's Paige, but not by much. Okay. Io's gorgeous.
All right. Speaking of Asians, Saturday night will be Mia Yim versus Kairi Sane. Me personally, I would go with Kairi. But
really?
Sal, who would you go with?
Mia Yim.
I told you, I'm just not a big fan of big fake titties. Jason, I assume
I'm going with the one from the Far East.
Well, there's only one of them from the Far East because the other one is from America. So I'm guessing you're gonna go with Kairi Sane.
No, I'm going Ian.
Yeah, nice try there, buddy.
Wow.
Ginger.
Kairi Sane,
Yeah.
she's pretty fucking sexy if you ask me.
Alright.
Maybe it's the whole pirate thing that does
Did you
it.
just pull out paper towels? What are you doing?
He's jerking.
What are you
Man.
doing?
We are live, man. We are live on the air. And then our final matchup of the week. I didn't need to see your fucking stains, dude. The last matchup of the week, Sunday night.
You think that's where I come from? We got bigger issues on this list there.
Peyton Royce takes on Rhea Ripley. So, Ginger, who you got?
A Peyton.
Alright. Sal?
Peyton.
Jason?
Beautiful Australian versus the NXT UK champion. I'm gonna go.
Alright. I'd go with Peyton too. Sorry, Rio. Alright. So, let's take a quick little peek at the chat here. Yep, nothing there. Alright.
Well, no, I mean, Smather said he voted for Nikki for the same reason. He always liked AJ. Crazy is sexy.
That's true. And we know that AJ was willing to give up everything for some dick. So, we go from...
I still think one of my favorite memes ever is that photo of Paige and AJ from WrestleMania. It's like, when you claim you love wrestling, but dick is life.
Yes. And you know what else is life? The Perfect 10. Alright, so we started Raw? Anyways, Raw had a special announcement from Stephanie McMahon because she, of course, is the reason the Women's Revolution exists. And she
We covered this last week. She actually is. But go ahead.
She announced that the main event for WrestleMania, which I'm still curious if it's going on last.
It is.
They've only said main event. All I'm saying is they've only said main event.
It is going last.
All right, well, we'll see. We will see Sunday.
They've said closing the show a couple times, too. The women
Okay.
have interviews.
Right.
So,
In interviews.
yes.
You know, plans change, bro.
Yep. Card subject to change, baby.
That's right. And the main event of WrestleMania will be a winner-take-all match. That means whoever wins will be the Raw Women's Champion and the SmackDown Women's Champion until they combine them into one Women's Championship belt in a couple of weeks.
Which they won't do.
They are doing it. I have already called it.
They're not doing it.
They are combining those belts. You're going to have one person lose them, and then retain the other belts. Or
Dude, Fox is not going to allow that to happen. They're going to want their own championship.
we'll see.
They're fucking specifically demanding certain fucking broadcast teams. You think they're not going to want a fucking championship belt that's exclusive to the product on their network?
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
There's a reason they're not calling it a unification match. Put it that way.
All right. So Jason, what did you think of the segment here, which will eventually lead to Charlotte being the first dual champion?
Well, we'll I assume touch on the segment that came later on as well, because that's sort of been a source of discussion around a lot of wrestling circles this week. I you know what? I sort of really got a chuckle out of Stephanie's announcement that she was going to add herself, because it was April Fool's, but it was such a believable thing that the crowd totally fucking bought it. I thought that was kind of funny. It doesn't surprise me. I sort of expected something like this would happen. Even though they confirmed that the SmackDown Women's title wouldn't be on the line the week before, they confirmed it. But it's not a surprise. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with it, and we talked about that last week when we talked about taking the title off of Asuka in the first place. But I sort of understand it. I wouldn't do it, but I get why they did.
All right. Anything else to say about the segment before we get into the segment later on?
Yeah, just so first of all, we've discussed this ad nauseum. When you booked yourselves in a corner, there's really no choice that they had. You weren't going to have Asuka fight Fire and Desire on the pre-show or any time in the card, because it just would have felt less than the Raw Women's title. So I think it just makes sense. You know, probably the most convoluted way they've ever done something, but at this point, they're main eventing. It's winner take all. I understand both belts being on the line.
When are the SmackDown titles not presented as less than?
All right, well, I don't think Fox will appreciate that. Back to your point.
I personally hate this whole thing. They should have just kept one title, and that they were building it up that way the whole entire time. Why throw this little thing in there to make Ronda Rousey the first unified champion? That's my opinion.
To that point, I don't think it's going to be unified. I agree with Jason. For a long time, Jay Lethal and Ring of Honor carried around the TV title and the world title. And then he lost one of them, and it was fine. He still had the other one. And I think that's what whoever the winner at WrestleMania is, they'll either have both titles for a month or what have you, and then they'll, eventually lose it off at the next pay-per-view or whatever.
Or unified.
So, let me ask you this. When is the Money in the Bank pay-per-view? Do we know?
May.
It is in May, so it's pretty early this year. It's not even July like it used to be.
It's probably whoever wins this match, Ronda, is going to get cashed in on. She's going to hold them for about 2 months.
Yeah, and that's what I figure.
So that's my opinion.
That's why I don't
it.
think they're gonna. That's why I don't think they're gonna unify them. They will be still.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to unify. I meant duel. But I fucking hated it. I was so mad when they announced it. But you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
As soon as Charlotte won it, but they're gonna do what they want to do, and they're trying to make it big when it was already big enough.
So I'm hoping that everyone has seen the video of the after-match brawl with Benny Hill music behind it.
Yes. It is actually pretty hilarious put to that music.
Yeah. You seem confused, Ginger. Do you know what Benny Hill music is?
No.
It's like...
That shit. Okay.
So yeah, we had another just nonsensical match, a 6-woman tag team match, where the Riot Squad took on Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda. And the basis of it was, if one of these 3 chicks turned on one of the other ones, they would be removed from the match. Which I would contest, why wouldn't Charlotte just beat the fuck out of one of them and be like, I got my title, I defended it.
Because she wants both titles.
Well,
And she wants that spotlight.
yeah.
That greedy bitch.
So, mere seconds after the match ended, Ronda Rousey proceeded to beat the ever-loving piss on Charlotte.
Which I loved.
It was perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, it was perfectly done. This proceeded to have a brawl, which security came out, which clearly not security. They got the shit kicked out of them as well. The police came out. They wound up handcuffing all 3 ladies. Now, usually in these kinds of situations, security, which are normally just performance center guys, are always kind of made to look like idiots.
Excuse me. Sometimes it's Vern Vicalo, Dan Terry, Aunt Vega.
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to that, I think it's like what area they're in.
Yeah.
Like New England, it's always Indies.
Yeah. But normally it's security officers, the job, that's made to look like fools. This was the first time that I felt that the police were made to look like fools. And they specifically said...
you forgot a lot of shit in wrestling, then.
When was the
Because Austin used to make the cops look like fools.
When?
Like when they jumped over them to clothesline Vince.
Yeah, and then they arrested him, and he was like, "Go eat a donut, you fat bastard."
But he got arrested.
Do you remember The Rock telling the investigators trying to figure out who ran over Stone Cold to go take some donuts and shove them up their candy ass?
It's...
But I know what you're trying to say, Troy.
Yeah, what I'm getting at is these police officers, who I'm highly doubting that they're actual police officers.
God, it was awful looking.
Proceeded to put 2 people in the middle of a fight, both in the back of the same cop car. Which
How else they gonna scissor?
one of the police officers fell down halfway through it, trying to put one of them. They allowed Ronda Rousey to jump in another unmanned police car and ram it into another police car. This is what I'm talking about. The police officers are made to look like incompetent fools. And normally,
there was like 12 of them too.
Normally, you don't see that. Normally, like, I mean, yeah, Stone Cold can flap his gums all he wants, but he was still taken away in handcuffs. You know, yeah, he was blah 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 blah, but he was taken away in handcuffs. So yeah, so this.
Didn't he somehow steal the cop car and drive it back to the arena once?
Dean Ambrose did it once, I think, too. But
that was an ambulance.
But again, you don't see that. You just see the cop car. You don't really make that connection of like, look at these fucking idiot police officers. They can't proceed to arrest 3 fucking women. So yeah, so they threw Becky Lynch and Ronda in the back of the same police car. They proceeded to start scissoring. Ronda kicked out the window. Then tried to reenact that scene from Ace Ventura where he escapes from the back of the rhino's ass by sticking her head out the window. Yeah, she manages to get out when Charlotte and Becky are fighting each other. Ronda proceeds to get into the front of a police car, ram it into the side of the other one, before finally the police are able to drive off with Becky in one car, Ronda in another one, and then they just left Charlotte there.
Well, wait, you skipped the part where Ronda stuck her head out the window and Charlotte just fucking stabbed her right into the
God, right in the fucking face.
That was a beautiful spot. I love that.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, all right? This entire segment was amazing. To me, anyway. I know a lot of people may not have liked it. But right in the beginning, as Ronda just immediately attacked Charlotte as soon as they get the pinfall, I thought was great. And then when Charlotte got arrested, I actually appreciated Charlotte's character work a lot more at this point because she's yelling, "I'm gonna have you all fired," and which I thought was hilarious. And then she is legit just scraping and kicking and just nailing anybody who comes in her way. I was like, holy shit, she's not holding anything back. If these are workers, they're getting kicked in the face for real. And then
she's only nailing Andrade.
And then putting them in the back of the car, Becky and Ronda, and having them look at each other and then immediately start kicking the shit out of each other, I thought was great. I'm not exactly sure how Ronda was able to move a car with her hands cuffed behind her back.
With her feet.
It was in park, dude. But whatever. I thought it was a great segment. I thought it built a lot for this feud going into Sunday.
I gotta be honest, I fucking loved it. Like, I know a lot of people thought it was hokey and stupid and whatever, but, like, I feel like you gotta be able to have a little fun with your product sometimes, too. And I felt like that's sort of what this was. It was definitely a little nonsensical in spots, but it was fun. Like, it was different. We got visually taken to a different part of the arena. We got to see people enacting a situation where you normally wouldn't see it on a wrestling show. It was different. It sparked my interest. It was humorous. There were stiff spots. There were funny moments. I honestly, I thought it was great. It didn't do a ton to like build more anticipation. I don't think it necessarily did that, but I think it was entertaining television.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I'm going to start off by saying this. Whoever that poor security guard that Charlotte Flair kicked in the face.
Right.
And he just, oh my God, dead. I don't think he moved. I think he rolled out and was just dead for the rest of the time. But, so, it went, in my opinion, a little too long. It dragged out a little bit, in my opinion. But, at the same time, it was entertaining. You haven't had two female talents doing, or 3, nonetheless, do this before.
Television?
Yeah, that too. But you haven't given. Have you ever seen anything like that with the women's division?
No.
Never.
Not to that level.
That's what I mean. So at least they're still giving them opportunities.
How without Jello involved?
Well, yeah. But I liked it, but the only thing, like I said, that dragged out. So I watched the recap version. I think it was just on WWE Top 10. They shortened it, and it seemed a lot better. But when you watch it as a whole, it was really dragged out. I enjoyed it, but a little dragged out for me.
Hold on, I think I have the shortened version. Let me just do a screen share here. It's
So also on Raw, moving right along. Also on Raw, the almighty Bobby Lashley.
Wait, Troy, what'd you think of it?
I laughed a lot. I was entertained. I thought it was funny, honestly, which is good. It was an entertaining moment because it was, there was a couple of shots, like you said, the Charlotte kneeing Ronda in the face was just like, ooh, fuck me, like that one looked like it hurt. I laughed as soon as they cut over and Ronda's behind the wheel of a fucking cop car. I was just like, I'm like, this is everything that you just have to love about wrestling. When it gets to shit like this here, just like, if these people would be in prison at this point. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, they've done a good job of building. All right, they've done a good job.
Fucking guy.
I think they've done a good job of building this matchup. I'm excited for it. This just kind of added a little bit to it as well. So
yeah.
So moving right along, we had so the almighty Bobby Lashley cut a promo, which is never a good thing. And
well, didn't Leo cut the promo pretty much?
Leo cut the promo, but Bobby then started to.
Yeah.
I can't remember anything because it was dull as fucking dirt, but but he talked.
Hey guys, I'm Bobby Lashley. How you doing?
Yeah. Well, he always looks like he's just remembering what his line is. So all of a sudden, Finn Balor comes on the Titantron, and he has a bunch of smoke around him because spoopy.
He's Bray Wyatt now.
And
I just thought he was hanging with the Rascals in Impact Wrestling.
There you go. And he
Sal's the only other one that gets that joke, but okay.
He proceeds to have a gust of smoke go around him, and then the demon appears. And how does he appear? By showing everybody what he's going to do to your woman tonight. Like, so remember, gentlemen, if your woman comes home from a wrestling event and she has face paint on her thighs, the demon's been inside her. Yeah. This was hot fucking garbage. What was this even? Like, he's trying out to be a member of KISS now? Like, it was so ridiculous for him to just be like...
No, the demon was another character that in wrestling that joined KISS.
I mean, the demon paint usually has a tongue flailing around on it, so I mean, it is kind of with the character.
No. Please don't defend this. Please don't. This was fucking awful.
This
was the most cartoony tacky shit I've ever seen.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Whoa. This is where we draw the fucking line?
Dude, it was awful.
We watch wrestling. Not only do we watch wrestling, we analyze wrestling and podcast 7 fucking times a week about it. And this is too fucking hokey for us. If the dude just showed up in his goddamn Speedos, painted up like a demon, we'd be goddamn fine with it. But because he wagged his tongue, that's too goddamn much for you, huh, Sal?
Come on, dude. This was the stupidest thing I've seen on Raw in a while, and that says a lot.
Whoa. This was dumb, dude. But it was far from the dumbest thing I've seen on Raw.
What I don't like, we haven't seen the demon in probably more than a year, right?
We've seen Bobby Lashley's sisters.
Well, okay.
Bobby Lashley pointed to his asshole for like 3 months straight. Okay, I'm not saying this was the
bad.
Worst thing ever. I'm saying that this was dumb. It was a dumb way to bring back. I just
didn't get the point of it. Like, was it supposed to be like scary? Like, well, look who's gonna show up at WrestleMania. First of all, what you do is you do the surprise. You don't have him appear on Raw and just all of a sudden he's a magician and he's got demon face paint on. Like he's been hanging out back with Bray Wyatt too much.
Why was it a problem now, but not when Smash used to do it in Demolition all the time?
Smash would change from normal.
No, he would do the tongue thing over his face.
I don't have a problem with the tongue thing. I have a problem with the whole presentation.
We're on board now. Okay, now we're moving.
So no,
I have a problem with the whole presentation. It's just
why? What is? So here's my question: What what would have been an okay presentation for a dude in Speedos transitioning into a demon?
What they did the last time he did this with Seth Rollins, where he appeared in the ring after the lights went out and went back on, and then attacked Seth Rollins.
Okay, so the
No
only
talking
issue we
or
have
that.
is that he didn't do it in front of the crowd.
No, the only issue I had was that he talked the entire time, and then made noises.
Yeah, he literally went,
Yeah.
like, no.
It was
He's a fucking
spooky.
6-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that?
to me. It was
Cut
just kind of hokey. That's all.
It's wrestling. It's hokey by
Well, yeah, but don't let the go on for fucking, what, 45 seseconds, I think it was?
It's fine for him to do it once.
That's not Balor's fault. That's the director.
No, I understand that. I'm not blaming Balor.
Blaming Balor. Just the direction, how they wrote that segment was just awful.
How
Yeah.
you write versus how it's directed are two totally different fucking things.
And I don't think that anyone's blaming Finn Balor. We're blaming the segment, and we're talking about the segment, and the segment sucked.
I don't think it sucked. I don't think it was great. I don't think it sucked. I think it was there. I think it was the way we're going to introduce that it's going to be the demon at WrestleMania.
Honestly, what all it should have been was he, said the demon line, smoke, face paint, all that stuff, and then it just goes away. No tongue, no nothing.
So
like
your
that.
issue is that he showed his tongue.
No, it
So
went
the
too long. They
defining
should have
line-
just done the face paint. And that was it.
It
So
just
the defining line for you is it's a good segment if he doesn't show his tongue.
no.
It would have been better.
So-
I didn't say it would have been good.
Yeah.
It would have been better if they just fucking didn't have him stick his tongue out for 45 fucking seconds.
No, see, my issue was
This is like the ultimate of nitpicks. I'm
yeah.
just saying.
No, see, and my issue is that there is a look that occurs, or there's an action that occurs when you can tell a worker doesn't know when they're cutting,
Yep.
and it's him going. That
happens all the time. That happens all the time.
Yeah, and
No,
that's
it does.
and that's the issue was that it was a poorly directed segment.
Yeah.
Poorly directed. Sometimes shit like that just happens when you're live. There's nothing you can do. I will tell you this. The women around the world watching Raw, basements flooded everywhere.
There's gonna be fucking mold down there in a month.
That's
And you would know, sir.
right. All right.
I
I don't think we're going to get anywhere on this topic. So
yeah.
let's
Toughy.
let's talk about real quickly here.
Okay, sorry. Of all the goofy fucking shit we watched that we like totally rationalize away, I just feel it's funny that this is the thing that got everybody all worked up. But
Like
okay.
the next thing on Raw, we're gonna disagree on that too.
Like, we're perfectly okay with the spirit of the Undertaker levitating through the Titantron. That was
Yeah,
cool, but
Come
that was
on.
okay, cool.
But
I'm
the
out.
Undertaker never was like, "Ugh."
No.
Oh,
Stop
tell
it right
him
there.
this.
There is an
Every single fucking.
you.
Maybe
Okay.
it's the
All right.
conviction.
Okay.
Maybe it's the conviction because you believed it when Taker did it. When Balor did it, it just looked like he didn't give a shit either.
So
Moving on.
less believable tongue. Okay, got it.
There was an entire meme when Undertaker laughed at Brock Lesnar's face. Okay.
Oh, that was great though. I fucking love that.
So-
In the middle of a match, that was
so-
great.
So okay, we're gonna stop that because we've already gone too far. All right, I'm cutting out most of the shit in the Perfect 10 here. Let's talk really quickly if we think that there's going to be any more post-Mania call-ups from NXT, or maybe somebody else from the independents. So, me and Jason kind of talked about it yesterday, who we think from NXT will be coming up. But we want to hear from Ginger and from Seth. So, Ginger, do you have anybody down in NXT, or maybe somebody, a big name on the independents that you could conceivably see show up next week on Raw or SmackDown?
I think they blew their loads already with bringing up Ciampa, Gargano, Aleister Black, and Ricochet. They already blew their fucking load on it.
Okay.
So it's not going to mean anything. Normally, after Mania, oh shit, there's going to be a call-up, or there's going to be a big signee. They fucking blew their load already on the NXT guys. So they're going to pull something out of their ass. But I don't... After your conversation on NXT Revisited, there's really not a lot of people out there that are big names. So that's my opinion on it.
Okay.
Can I just point out the beauty of the fact that the dude with no pants on is the one that said they just blew their load and they got to pull something out of their ass? I don't know.
A lot of innuendos, a lot of innuendos.
That's just rumor.
I definitely appreciate what you guys were saying about Velveteen Dream. I think he makes a huge impact on that roster immediately, especially on Monday nights. Other than that, from NXT, I think they should call up the whole Undisputed Era and have them jump somebody.
Boom.
They probably won't, but I think that would be the most impactful thing they can do as far as NXT. When I look at the Indies, there's not anybody that's really prevalent unless maybe some Lucha Underground guys that have just recently been let out of their contracts. Maybe we could see some of them. I heard King Cuerno, but I don't, as Jason mentioned on Revisited, I don't see that's a really big name. I tell you, it's a shame it couldn't be Jay Lethal. I think that would be fucking incredible. Unless, Raw, maybe. But I heard he re-signed, so I doubt it's going to be him.
If Jay Lethal's getting signed by WWE, he's in the Cruiserweight division, by the way.
Yeah.
Ginger, you had something to say.
I just want to add something. I don't know if we want to talk about this now or on another episode, but there are certain guys that need to stay with NXT and not go to the WWE roster.
Yeah.
The Undisputed Era, never bring them up.
Never.
Velveteen Dream, never bring them up. No, because those are the guys you want to build around.
Dream will work.
Dream's the guy.
It's. I really don't think Vince will murder. Vince will murder him. He will look at him as the next Orlando Jordan.
No. Vince is also the same guy that made Goldust into a household character for a decade.
Completely different era.
Same guy.
No.
Trust Dream. I have no misgivings.
I would love it to, but I wouldn't want to see him come up and get the shit treatment. That's just my opinion on it.
I don't think he'll get the shit treatment. See, here's my biggest problem with the NXT call-ups every year, is that they're not corresponded with main roster releases. And I'm not looking for guys to lose their jobs, but the problem is they have so many guys there already. They don't have space for these new guys, and then they get lost in the shuffle.
Yep.
See EC3. What you got to do is sort of, and since the advent of the network, we've sort of lost that annual purge where they sort of just release a fuck ton of guys. And with all the shit going on with AEW, I don't know that we're going to see one of those anytime soon. And this roster desperately needs that type of douching. But that to me is the biggest problem. I don't think Velveteen will have a problem.
I can see what you're saying with the Undisputed Era because you look at Sanity and you think,
right,
But I will also say, Vince's input and impact on NXT is vastly underestimated. He is not completely hands off like everyone believes it to be.
Oh yeah, no.
But everyone sits there and says, "Oh, NXT is so great because Vince doesn't touch it and Triple H is no." Vince signs off on shit. Yeah.
It's been widely reported he really has nothing to do with creative for NXT. He signs the checks and approves who they're going to sign for the brand, but the week-to-week pay-per-view, like NXT tape, he doesn't.
I'm not talking about booking. I'm talking about he definitely watches it and he pays attention to the people.
Okay, so Vince himself told the story that TakeOver Dallas was the first NXT event he ever attended.
Okay, ever attended?
Yeah.
Ever watched or ever attended?
I'm not saying he doesn't watch the product, but I don't think he has any. I mean, I watched the product. I have no fucking influence over it.
Now, see, that's an interesting takeover, though, because that was the one that Nakamura debuted at.
Yes.
And before that, you saw the picture of Vince in his office, and they were shaking hands, and they had the whole photo op. So you would have to assume, especially if Vince is signing the checks, that he does have a hand on who they bring into NXT.
What I just said.
He just say that.
That being said, there's got to be people out there he's trying to recruit or trying to sign.
Yeah.
Right?
He's not. Hunter does most of the recruiting and signing.
Yeah.
He's got Regal and
the checks.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about somebody from New Japan? What about like a Will Ospreay or something like that?
Oh.
It's possible, but I don't think so. I think eventually we will see Will Ospreay in WWE. I do think that will happen before the end of his career. I don't think it'll be now.
Yeah.
So
he's also working the Ring of Honor show on Saturday at the Garden against why am I blanking?
Yeah, Bob.
The guy that I wanted to have called up, Jeff Cobb.
Oh, dude, Jeff Cobb's great.
Yeah.
Apologies for sidetracking. I just wanted to bring that point up.
No problem.
No, it's fine.
All right. So speaking of,
Rather than skipping the perfect 10, because then it's not really a perfect 10,
I'm
can
not
we just
skipping it. I'm skipping
Okay.
around.
Oh, you said you were going to skip a couple things. That's why.
No, I'm
Okay.
skipping around because I'm leading because I know something's going to be a big topic, and I'm saving that for right before the main event. So Tennille Dashwood recently said that she is not re-signed with ROH, and apparently still blames WWE for releasing her. So Tennille, her run in ROH, obviously hampered by an injury, much like her runs in WWE numerous times.
Psoriasis.
Yeah. She was nothing in ROH. Should have been something more. And it seemed like they might have been playing on it, and then she just became a valet in her last couple of appearances on ROH. So obviously, we've talked about now that she's technically a free agent. What's next for Tennille Dashwood? Sal.
I mean, I think we're a long time removed from when she and Paige set NXT Arrival on fire. But I think the girl still can go. She can still find a permanent home in a wrestling company and be a decent part of their stories, whether that's AEW or Impact. I don't know. I don't know where she goes from here. I feel like she's kind of falling out of favor in too many companies all at once. But I have no problem with Tennille Dashwood. I think she can be a viable part of someone's women's division.
To me at this point, I think that the injuries have been too numerous for anyone to rely upon her at this point for an extended run of anything. So that's just my take on it. I mean, repeated injuries to the same shoulder and things like that. It's enough for most companies to be like, do we want to build a division around them? I mean, ROH doesn't give a fuck about their women, and still didn't re-sign her. So, kind of says a little something there. Jason.
I remember when WWE released her, and everyone was falling all over their dicks to kill WWE for letting her go. And this girl's got so much talent, you couldn't find anything for her. Blah 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 blah. I gotta tell you, I've watched her since she's left WWE, and I'm not just talking ROH, where her greatest contribution was the tightest pair of jeans I've ever seen in my life. But I watched her on a lot of indies, and I watched her against some of the top female names out there. The Tessa Blanchards, I've seen her against Zaya Brookside. I've seen her a lot. Because I was very, very curious to see how she would fare post-WWE. And watching her post-WWE, the thing that sort of stuck out to me every time I would watch her was, what was ever special about this girl? She just doesn't stand out at all. In her presentation, her performance, her character work, nothing except dead ass. That's it. But it's sort of you wonder if all those people is just oh, WWE cut this person. Well, fuck them. They don't know what to. Well, they do know what they're doing most of the time. Occasionally they don't, but most of the time, if they let someone go, it's because they don't see them progressing or being a draw for them. And I think they saw it with Tennille before we did, and I'm not surprised. This is not a shocker to me at all.
Okay, so I'm going to bring everybody back to her last match in WWE on the roster. Does everybody remember that match or no?
It was against Asuka.
Correct. That match was fucking amazing. That was Asuka's best match, in my opinion, on the main roster since she had been called up, and and Emma put her over, and those two went at it, and then the next day gone. I mean, to Troy's point, the injuries really hurt her, but at the same time, when you see a female work that match with your top female talent at the moment, and you fucking release her the next day, my opinion, fucking mistake.
Here's where I'm going to call bullshit, though, Ginger, because everybody at that level can work, save for Enzo Amore. When you get to that level, everybody can work a good match. If you should be able to fucking work a good match with Asuka at that point. Can you stand out? Can you establish yourself? Can you be a character and a persona that people attach to and are related to? She never could. She hasn't since. There's been no connection to the crowd with this girl.
Okay, so
and hold on,
story.
Hold on, one more
God
thing.
damn it!
One more thing, though, and you also got to factor in that they spent months building a character and a persona that they wanted this girl to do, and she either refused to or was so fucking bad at it that they had to completely nonsensically change her back.
To be honest, she was bad at it on purpose. She was bad at it on purpose.
Well, maybe so, but then, again, is that somebody you want to work with?
Which one was that?
The Emelina character.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus. That was probably one of the greatest gimmicks they pulled because every single week it was next week. I found it entertaining just to piss everybody off.
After the fact that the reason they kept delaying it was because they were trying to get her to be able to do it well, and she couldn't.
Well, yeah, that obviously stands a problem. But when they let her run with that the short, like I think it was a 3 or 4 week gimmick that she started the Women's Revolution, I enjoyed that because it got her heat. Everybody hated it.
It got her X-Pac heat, though, dude. It didn't get her like legit heat.
But no, it got people to react to her.
It didn't get her people care about you heat. It got her Natalia heat.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, they still employ people like that, and Alicia Fox, and other people that really don't connect with the crowd.
They employ.
Natalia does connect with the crowd, dude. And
I'm not even talking about her. I'm just talking about other people in general.
Natalia doesn't connect with us, but she connects with the little girls in the crowd. If you watch them, they go fucking crazy for her, dude.
And that little kid that grabbed the titty.
Yeah, that too. Was that the same kid that grabbed Alexa Bliss's ass that time?
I wouldn't doubt it. Lucky bastard.
Right?
But that's my opinion on it. I think it was somewhat of a mistake because she showed her very high skilled talents in that match with Asuka, and then they let her go the next day.
Okay, you know what? Cody Rhodes is a mistake. Cody Rhodes has gone off and made a fuck ton of money on his own. Tenille is not a mistake by definition because she's done fucking nothing since she's left.
You can't classify Cody's a mistake. He asked for his release. There was nothing they could do. He would have walked anyway when his contract expired.
And he asked for his release because they wouldn't fucking do anything with him. He wanted to go back to being
letting Drew McIntyre go a mistake? Because he came back and he's fucking amazing.
Yes, because he went out and made a name for himself on the Indies and proved they were wrong to release him. Oh. That's when you prove that they made a mistake. Pac is currently in the process of proving they made a mistake with him. Making money.
Agree to disagree, sir.
What has Emma done since she left?
Oh, I haven't followed her.
That's the whole point. I can tell you, Pac, you know it.
I don't follow anybody after they leave the company. I'm a huge WWE mark. What do you want me to say? It's the only product that I've religiously watched. So if you're gone, you're gone.
Well, you know Cody. You know what Cody's up to.
Well, yeah, because all the fucking nerds are talking about him.
Okay, but that's the point. Right, he's doing something buzzworthy.
Sorry. Yeah, he's buzzworthy, but that's because he's starting his own company.
He was buzzworthy before he was starting his own company. His fucking list was all the rage on fucking Instagram.
Wait.
It led to every other performer on the Indies putting together their list.
No, we can't compare Cody. Cody's a whole class on his own. There's a lot of other people that have left WWE that have done jack shit.
Sal, you're making my point. My point is, there are people that leave and succeed and prove that their release was a mistake, such as Cody, such as Drew McIntyre, such as Pac, and then there are people who leave WWE and tell you how great of a career they're going to have now that they're not being held back, and they go on the Indies or they go on another promotion and they do shit. Alberto Del Rio.
Oh, fuck that.
Garbage. Never liked him anyway.
And I'm saying Tenille falls into the Del Rio group.
Okay, let me ask you a quick question. Austin Aries. All right? He left WWE He went to TNA and won every single fucking belt they had and held them all for like 6 months. And then he fucked over that company and left them. Is he a success post WWE career?
No, he's a piece of shit.
Well, he
Speaking
is
of
a piece of
Impact
shit.
Wrestling, Impact Wrestling released one of their own employees in the most Impact way possible by murdering her. So there has been Rosemary has had her little. Jason, help me out. What is it called? The Abyss, whatever. What's it called?
The Undead Realm.
The Undead Realm.
That's
Yeah.
Sue Young and James Mitchell's little playground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Sue Young's thing. Rosemary's been fighting with Sue Young.
Okay.
Well, Rosemary disappeared for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, because they buried her.
Wow,
I don't know the whole
you're
story,
getting
man.
really defensive about Impact Wrestling. I think you need to either chill out a little bit, or start a podcast about Impact Wrestling.
Or I'm gonna get a gun and a Freddy Krueger glove, and we're gonna go to town and that shit.
You're gonna go Scary Terry on your ass. So we proceeded to correct me. It is Rosemary that kills her, right? No,
It's
Sue Young. Okay,
Sue Young.
Sue Young.
So young.
I
So
don't
young.
watch this dumb shit. Okay, I don't fucking know which face painted bitch is which. Okay. So
Did you watch the
Rosemary's
Broken
the-
Hardys in Impact?
yeah,
Same kind of gimmick,
I know.
But not as good without
And-
but
Borat.
not as good without
And-
Borash. Exactly.
And I thought it was overrated then, and I think this is dumb as well. So, sorry, Sue Young took a katana, beheaded a bunch of witches or some swoopy shit like that.
Oh no, Rosemary did the katana.
See, this is my fucking problem, alright? I saw a bitch with a
They were the
katana.
Undead bridesmaids.
Okay, I saw a bitch with a katana beheading people. And then I saw some other bitch that looks pretty close to the first bitch kill fucking Allie, alright? So, I don't fucking
The girl who
know.
killed Allie is Mrs. Rich Swan.
Okay. Jason, explain what happened. I quit.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a powder on this one myself.
Well, he legit got up and left. Okay.
He's legit not wearing any pants. Okay. I'm not sure why everyone this topic, all the topics and debates we've had tonight. This is the fucking one that pushed everyone over the edge. Okay, got it. No, it was they Rosemary. So the story here was Rosemary got back the soul, the body of Allie. The body didn't have the soul anymore. So in order to get the soul of Allie back, to get her friend back, they had to go back into the undead realm where Allie left her soul originally, in order to save Kiera Hogan.
Right.
So Kiera Hogan sneaks her way into the undead realm after Rosemary brings Allie's meat suit, as she calls it, back to the undead realm. In order for Allie to get her soul back, Rosemary has to fend off a wrestling ring set up in the undead realm, full of undead bridesmaids, and I believe Luchasaurus was in there too, if I'm not mistaken. That's a little weird.
Yep.
Troy's favorite. That's where the katana blade came in. Then James Mitchell holds a knife to the throat of Kiera Hogan, like he's going to behead that bitch. Then we find out they all talk about, I don't want to play the game with him, I'm not afraid of him, blah, blah, blah. Him turns out to be Kevin fucking Sullivan, because this shit couldn't get any weirder.
Right.
Then fucking Sue Young goes to stab Rosemary with a fucking Freddy Krueger glove, and Allie pushes her out of the way and takes the shot to the throat, transforms from her Dark Alley character back into Allie in a pink tank top and jeans, and then disappears while Rosemary cries. That's your recap.
Yep. So,
And I think I made it sound better than it actually looked on TV.
right. Now, this is the same company that a few months to a year ago had Eddie Edwards in some crazy fucking angle where he was legit trying to stab people because he lost his goddamn mind. Am I correct?
He still is, dude. He's got a kendo stick that he calls... I don't even remember what he
I
calls
don't
it.
know
It's
what
got
the
a-
hell's it.
And he's teaming with Eli Drake for no fucking reason.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I don't necessarily blame Impact for trying to be different. And I don't necessarily blame Impact for this.
Alright, Troy's got something to say here. I don't know why he's losing his shit in the background, but what's up, Troy?
Nope. You don't want to say anything?
No, what is it? What are you finding so amusing?
No, nothing. You'll have to tune into our live stream. All right, continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's just we've seen some stuff from Lucha Underground, which I get it is shot a little differently, but I think that's it. I think that's kind of where Impact was trying to go with this. It was what it was, and Impact on Impact, but it happened. I mean, what's worse, this or what Priscilla Kelly did in that bar that one time?
That was nothing wrong with what Priscilla Kelly did.
Well, that's what I mean. It's all, everybody's just trying to be different. I don't really have a big problem with it. Yeah, well, that's fine too. We can move on then. Do we talk about Batista now?
This is great fucking audio for the people listening to the podcast.
So Allie's a free agent.
Not anymore. She's
Not anymore.
So Allie's not a free agent.
This is like the fourth time I've had to break the news to you that Ellie signed with AEW. I'm just saying.
You think she goes back to Cherry Bomb?
I would
Including
assume so.
straight up last night. No, they called her Allie on the AEW show.
Allie Bomb. Perfect time.
Ginger, I have a question for you.
Let's talk about
that?
Batista.
Do you know what Allie looks like?
No.
Oh, dude, Troy, get on that, please. It's
Hold on.
important.
I got my phone right here, man.
Why too high up? Well, I guess it's true.
Oh, I can do
Because
that.
you'll send him the good pitches.
Oh.
Oh, I can just look up Allie nude. Boom, it's there.
Yeah.
What it's worth, Smather says Austin Aries equals CM Punk, and not quite to that level, but not far off.
Wait, who's worse?
Oh, Punk, by far.
But Austin Aries doesn't believe the fucking Boston Marathon bombing happened.
For
Yeah.
those of you watching at home, Ginger just saw some titties.
More than just titties.
Yeah. Allie's
For those of
done.
you watching at home, Ginger just saw that Allie shaves.
These fucking psych gags are going over great in this podcast, guys.
Come on, Mr. Host. You said you wanted to barrel through this shit.
I've been trying.
Let's
Too
go.
skinny. She needs meat on her bones.
You know what she needs? Big fake titties. Oh wait, never mind. So we had a little bit more build to Batista and Triple
You know what
H.
she needs? My bone and her meat. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ.
So we got yet another backstage Batista interview.
Now I was in the ring.
Talk about it. It was in the ring.
We got yet another in-ring Batista interview.
You watch, bro. Seriously, do you watch sometimes?
Yeah.
No, I didn't think so.
Oh my God.
So I'm going to go ahead and take a step back from the mic again.
No,
Because-
no, no. fuck
Because it
this.
feels like Jason and Sal have a difference of opinion on this one.
Go ahead, Sal.
Go ahead, Sal. Talk about the
Alright.
Batista interview that happened in ring.
Smathers agrees with you, by the way. Go ahead.
I don't, again, I can't see what Smather said, so
This is why we're sending you to Anchor, by the way. Fuck
yeah.
off.
Fuck you.
Smather says this was Bautista's best promo ever.
It wasn't his best promo ever, but I thought it did the job. He's in DC. He's not going to get booed. He goes out there. He shows a video package of every time he beat Hunter at a pay-per-view. And they had that narrative playing over it that he can't, Hunter can't beat him. And then he looks in the friggin' mic, he takes his glasses off, and he says, "Hunter, kiss my ass." And I just thought it worked. It's better than him stammering over his lines.
And then Hunter came in the ring and gently peeled off Batista's panties and kissed his ass. And slipped a little tongue in there, too.
I love
Thanks for the Foley work there, Ginger.
that. Gotcha.
How did you feel about the promo?
To be honest, after last week's Triple H promo, I fast forwarded to this. I don't give a shit about these promos anymore. I gave up on them. It doesn't. I just hope that the match is better than the promos have been. I think they made it a no DQ match for a reason, because Trips is obviously going to have the longest match on the card again.
Well, he's obviously also he's coming off that pec surgery and doing this match faster than most.
Plenty of
people thought
powders.
was possible. Yeah.
Yeah, plenty of powders. Yeah, that's a very valid point. But still, yeah, I didn't even watch it because I don't care about the promos for this match anymore. I just want to see it.
Well, you can see it this Sunday on the WWE
This
Network.
Sunday at MetLife Stadium. Oh yeah.
You're gonna pay for the whole seat, but you're only gonna use the edge.
Yes.
Jason, what did you feel about the promo?
It sucked. So here's the thing. Some of you may remember when this whole program started, I was fucking excited. And what I said was, these guys are going to have a problem with the work in the ring. But the promos should be fucking amazing, because they're both cut good promos, and there's so much real-life history to play off of here. So much shit they can use in these shoot-style promos. And by the way, it's not on the Perfect 10, but similar to the AJ Styles, Randy Orton shit that we've seen. That's exactly what I thought this should be. And fucking hats off to AJ Styles for the fucking wellness violation line. That was fucking amazing.
Sick burn.
Little stiff ski right there on that one. But we didn't get that. So now we're going to get a subpar in-ring match between these two. And we didn't even get the fun of the great promo battle that we should have had. And here's your last chance to sell me on this thing. And you have the guy go out there and not address any of the history at all. You brought him all the way there to say, "Kiss my ass, Hunter," and leave. What a fucking waste of a build.
I disagree with that they didn't bring up the history, because the first thing he did was point to the video package of every time he beat Hunter.
Where was the how about when I wanted to come back, Hunter, and you told me I wasn't a big enough star and my movie wouldn't be a big enough hit? Where was that shit? Exactly. Like I said in the host, but it's not exclusive to this, because like I said in the host thread, Shane McMahon guest starring role on NCIS Los Angeles last weekend. How fucking perfect does that play into a feud with The Miz, who's the Hollywood A-lister? Oh, I went out in Hollywood and did a bigger thing than you've ever done, Mr. Marine. Great fucking thing you can play off of. No fucking mention.
Yeah, they didn't even go there. Yeah.
And Batista Hunter has been the same goddamn thing. Just a complete wasted opportunity.
Yeah, they should have dug deep for this one, and they fucking blew it 100%. Build up wise, I mean, who knows? They could have a great match. Who knows?
First in a while,
I feel like. And hopefully it's a short match, because like Jason said, he's coming off that injury. So hopefully they don't go.
You know he's pushing. You know he's going long.
Oh, Melina knows he is. Anyway. And how big's Batista's dick? Let's move on.
All right.
All right, since Troy's given up on hosting the show.
No, I'm here. Sorry. Okay, so over on SmackDown, we found out that the Usos are going to be in a multi-tag match at WrestleMania, and they did it by having a 8-man tag battle. The Usos and Blackochet teamed up against the Bar and Rusev and Shinsuke. And it turned into a complete schmutz. So of course we booked it as it's now going to be the Usos versus Shinsuke and Rusev versus the Bar versus Blackochet. So your future NXT Tag Champions are going to be going for the SmackDown Tag Teams. So, let's go.
For the record, Troy has now picked Blackochet to win every title ever that they've ever competed for. It's been wrong every time, but he keeps picking, and then that's you gotta respect that hustle.
To be fair, I picked the War Raiders to retain, so. It's just funnier to say it it's funnier kayfabe wise to be like, oh, they could be dual champions. We know it's not going to happen.
You did have them winning on Raw, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me you didn't think that was going to happen.
Not think that was
Oh,
I did.
See, I'm not alone. A lot of people are like, well, here it is.
Yeah, here it is, just to get him on the Mania card.
Yeah, they did a thing on Raw a couple weeks ago, at WWE.com, sort of starting to hype the Major Brothers thing, so I figured that's where we're going.
Yeah, that's true. So this is your classic 10-minute build to a WrestleMania match.
It's just becoming all too fucking common now.
Yeah. So,
I mean, is there really much to discuss here? It's a thing that's going to happen. That's no story to it, and we're going to pick a winner later. So, what is there to do a deep dive here on?
I just wanted to bring up the fact.
I tell you what, you guys talk about this. I'm going to lay back. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. To me, yet again, it's the Usos just getting done dirty at WrestleMania time. You know, they continued to get left off the card for years and years. Got thrown to the pre-show. Finally, fucking made it on, and then now they're thrown into this schmoz of a match that, as of right now, is on the main show. We think it's going to be the main show.
It will be on the main show because they don't have any room on the pre-show anymore.
Could be Asuka.
It's true. Could be thrown into the Birth of Fame Memorial Battle Royale. So, I should probably...
Which is, to be honest, before this week, where I thought all the tag teams were going to be anyway. I didn't think we were going to sneak in some tag title matches, but...
Oh, we've got a couple of them in there.
So whatever. So the Usos do get on the main card. They go against the Bar. They go against Shinsuke and Rusev, and they go against Blackachet. It's probably... Look, reviewing these WrestleManias as I have been for Salvation, this is how the tag team division has been treated for a number of years, dude. This is nothing new.
For Mania, but
right.
Which is disappointing. When you look back, it's sad when it comes to what the tag team division is right now. It's fucking disappointing. Like, what the fuck are they doing with the New Day besides the Kofi angle at Mania? Nothing. Which is ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's what if you're gonna throw stuff into it? Fucking go full board. Don't fucking quarter-ass it. You're not even half-assing it. You're quarter-assing the tag team title match at WrestleMania. It's fucking annoying. Because I love tag team wrestling.
It's never something Vince has enjoyed, and if you think they're quarter-assing this, I mean, go ask for the Revival how they feel about their match at Mania.
What the fuck were they thinking? Like, oh, hey, we're gonna wait till the go-home episode to get the tag team title match on the card. What the fuck is that?
Did you just take your pants off? You, who went back into his laundry room there, did you just take your pants off?
What did you like to know, Troy? Move on.
I do want to know. I think our fans should know, too, that two of their hosts don't have pants on right now.
Maybe it's none of their business. Maybe the mystery is better, all right?
Oh. Well, when you came walking on, look, you had boxer shorts on, so... Huh?
A.K.A. Troy staring at your junk.
Troy's having some fantasies tonight.
Hey, you're right underneath me, so... See? Right there. So I'm looking at you. Anyways, so unless we have anything else to say about Raw or SmackDown this week, we're just gonna skip that last one.
No, don't skip that one. That's fucking important.
What are you, Vince McMahon?
All right. Why don't you go ahead and talk about how Kofi overcame more shit?
Kofi cut a fucking great promo.
Great.
Yes. Kofi's promo was fucking top notch, I think. And it put him over more, as Troy has a seizure.
That's because Troy hates Kofi Kingston. He doesn't get this whole WrestleMania build. And he's salted because Kevin Owens isn't in the WWE title match.
In a way, I don't blame you, but at the same time, Owens was just out for how fucking long? While Kofi has been busting his ass. That's how I look at it.
Fair enough.
So.
Yeah. And I'm a big fan of Owens too. I love Owens to death, but it's Kofi's time. It's Kofi's time. He's the one that got fucking red hot going into me. Sometimes it just works out like that.
See, the thing that I liked about Kofi's... Oh my god. The thing that I liked about Kofi getting that spot was he actually earned it this time. Like, he earned it big time. Not saying that he hasn't in the past, but he's earned that once you got in that Elimination Chamber match. So,
I mean, think about this. When he got in the original Gauntlet as a replacement for Rocky,
yes. Yep.
everybody was shitting all over it because everybody was kind of hoping it was going to be a surprise return, maybe a Bray Wyatt, maybe a Luke Harper, and everybody was thinking, oh, Kofi, oh, who cares? But when he went in that Gauntlet, he showed who cares.
Because they were expecting him to job right away.
Yeah, he went 45 minutes, and then AJ was like, you don't have to do this, and he was like, motherfucker, I've been waiting 11 years for this shit. And the crowd fucking fell in love with him. And then he did the same thing at the Chamber when he came this fucking close to winning the WWE title. So I give, hats off to the guy, seriously. From what I've heard, there's never been a nicer guy in the business. So.
Yep. Great dude, great family. Nothing else to say.
This just in, Smithers is also pantsless.
I was about to say that too.
All right. So let's get to the thing.
Everybody's having a hard time keeping their clothes on today. What the fuck?
Must be my beard.
Yeah. So, the big news was John Oliver, the host of Late Night Tonight? Whatever.
Last week tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. Proceeded to have a rather lengthy
shit
story.
fest.
Yeah, a story regarding the WWE and its treatments of its workers, employees. And this divided a lot of people. Now,
including in our host thread.
Now, if you watch the segment, you will see that there are quite a few factual statements to it. But there is also a lack of the context behind why those factual statements exist. So, is it a factual statement that there have been wrestlers who have died young? Yes. Is it also a factual statement that there have been boxers, NFL players, baseball players, basketball players who have also died young? Yes. So I don't think that is enough of a correlation between, some guys in the 80s who did a lot of fucking drugs wound up dying as it's completely WWE's fault. No, I don't believe that at all. Go ahead, Ginger.
And also to that point, how many, because he brought that fucking graph up, how many players are in the NFL per season?
Yeah, there's like
a fuck ton more. So it's going to be a lower average.
Yeah.
Right.
That's something that I saw. I was like, that's fucking bullshit. You can't compare that.
No. And that's the thing is, it's taking it's utilizing facts to support your argument instead of having your argument supported by facts.
Yep.
So the other aspect of it was, wrestlers don't have health insurance. Yeah, neither do football players.
Yep.
Neither do most sports guys. If you look at it as, they're actors. But you know what? The fucking studio doesn't pay for health insurance for an actor either. They have insurance policies on them, in case something happens on set, which is what WWE has. They have an insurance company that covers anytime a wrestler gets injured in the ring. When fucking Pac broke his leg on a baseball slide, they paid for that shit. They fixed him up. Mm-hmm. They got him back out there again. They have a doctor on site. They have, all these different medical, procedures and stuff like that they pay for. And if you're going to try to say that, once a guy gets fired from WWE or retires from it like that they're not taking care of it. Well, when was the last time the fucking New York Jets paid for one of their players that played for him 5 years ago, fucking getting hurt or having to get back surgery 10 years after he's out of the league?
Never.
It's impossible for one to tell if the injury occurred while they were working there. And it's also, like I said, it's one of those things where it's like you're trying to hold them to a different standard than you're holding everybody else. So the other thing was that quite a few wrestlers and quite a few bookers or things like that came on either in support of John Oliver or against him. Now, obviously, many of the current WWE wrestlers have come out and said it's bullshit. Like, they didn't present all the facts. They had their own narrative throughout the entire thing. And you have other people, such as, Gail Kim, CM Punk, and Paul London, people who have it out for the company to begin with, who are sitting there going, this is the most real thing I've ever heard. Jim Cornette's sitting there beating his dick right now going, this is the fucking best thing I've ever heard. Yeah, because you hate the company, so anything that's negative about the company, you're going to be like, this is great, this is exactly what's going on right now. And that is largely the issue here. If the only thing that I can say that this might be good is if some things change. But there's most things that don't need to change. And a lot of these guys that are sitting here and saying, yeah, WWE doesn't fucking offer us health insurance. Does Impact Wrestling offer you health insurance? Because I fucking doubt it. Does ROH offer you health insurance? I doubt it too, So for them to sit there and not talk about their own current situation, but to just look at it as going, well, they don't fucking offer us over that. Obviously, CM Punk had a lawsuit against their doctor. So, of course, he's going to take every opportunity he can to be like, yeah, their doctors fucking suck. They sent me out there, I shit myself. Wah! Yeah, you're also a whiny bitch who kind of was the boy who cried wolf. And always talked about how fucking injured you were, so no one's going to take your ass seriously, And again, you're a piece of shit who has no fucking opinion on wrestling anymore because you quit.
Like a bitch.
Yeah. So... all in all, I watched the John Oliver thing. I have been a John Oliver fan in the past, and yeah, a lot of his his stuff is rather biting some of that, but he's not giving the whole story. And that's
his take on the Saudi Arabia show was great.
See, and we have been on record as well to say that that's a really fucking bad idea for WWE to continue to do, All
right.
And that. 100% I side with John Oliver on. I side with the fact that, yeah, they should not be fucking going over to Saudi Arabia. They should not be putting their workers in that position. We've talked about it at length before about it, too. But, yeah, the other aspect of it, the, not paying for travel, the wrestlers dying, stuff like that. Look, man, I love rock and roll. Most of the people I listen to are fucking dead, okay? That's not the rock and roll industry's fault. That's the individual's fault for going around and fucking doing a mountain of coke every night. All right? You need to have some responsibility as the person instead of just trying to throw it at the big evil corporation. There is, one guy who has died as a direct result of something that WWE did, and that was Owen Hart, and it was an accident.
And that fucking, when he brought that up, he fucking made it he worded it like it happened in the fucking ring during a match. Like, how much of a piece of shit are you to not give the 100% fucking facts on that situation?
Well, I mean, it did happen in the ring.
No, it did, but not during a match. That's what I'm saying.
At the beginning of a match. It was part of the intro to a match.
Well, I'm talking about they weren't in the middle of a match.
No, but I mean,
that's what I mean. Like,
in his defense, it was part of the production.
Yeah.
No, it was. But the way he made it sound was that he died performing in the ring during a match.
Yeah. Well, it was the stunt they asked him to perform. To that, I understand that.
See, and yeah, okay, that's the stunt that they asked him to perform. The harness failed, and he died. It's a sad thing.
By some accounts, he released his harness too soon.
Yeah. So. But again, it was an accident. The Minnesota Vikings had a guy 2 years ago die during practice. Does that mean
correct? And that was you really couldn't even count that as an accident because that's when they started doing away with 2-a-days and everything like that because they were working these guys in 100-degree weather, these 400-pound linemen.
Yeah, and guess what happened with WWE? They haven't done that fucking stunt again.
Right.
Okay, and. Okay, look at auto racing.
WCW did it after that, though.
Yeah, well,
yes, they did.
But we're not talking about that. Auto racing, there was a couple of race car drivers that died during the race. They did everything on their fucking power now to make that the safest goddamn vehicle out there right now. And, there's been baseball players who've been fucking hit in the chest and died from a fucking ball hitting them in the chest. And they've done as much as possible to try to make safety things like that. there's been, one thing, and it wasn't from a wrestling move. And, you could sit there and say, oh, well, Tyson Kidd is a vegetable right now because of a fucking botched move. Yeah, fucking Ryan Shazier is fucking paralyzed too.
Hold the fuck on. You keep putting that narrative out there too, and that's sort of disingenuous and unfair. Tyson Kidd fucking walks.
Yeah,
he's not in a wheelchair.
Yeah, no, I was
like, sorry. Draws is a paraplegic because of a wrestling move. Fucking Ryan Shazier from the Steelers like that is probably never going to play again because of an injury. Jermichael Finley, the same kind of thing. The Bills guy, Everett, or like that. He was fucking paralyzed too for a while.
Dude, there was a kid from BU that BU hockey, his first play in a college game, and his head got smashed into the boards, and he got paralyzed.
Yeah.
It's Travis Roy, right?
Physical sport.
Yeah, accidents happen, but here's my take on the whole John Oliver piece. He's going to use certain statistics, and he's going to bring up certain points that shine a light on his expose in a way that he wants it to. He's not bringing up the fact that WWE has paid for guys rehab who have been far removed from the company, like Scott Hall, like Jeff Jarrett, like Jake Roberts, and WWE has helped them get better. He's not bringing up the fact that the WWE has changed their culture, and it's a different place than it was 20 years ago when wrestlers were doing mountains of coke and dying because of it. He's spinning it the way he wants to, and that's all I took from this. It was just it was a spin.
Can I weigh in on this now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let everyone else have their spot here. So to Sal's point, the biggest problem in the locker room right now is Fortnite and video games. That's what that locker room is now. It's a far cry from what it was. It's not out till 4 a.m. womanizing, sitting on a pile of coke like Scarface, and it's just not the vibe anymore. You don't see guys who have come up in this generation dying young. It doesn't happen.
Yep.
And that's not to say accidents don't happen or there can't be things, but they're not working nearly the same schedule they used to. They spend several days a week off where they're not working. To the point about the health insurance, and this is something, first off, let me just say for John Oliver, really fucking cutting edge stuff that lots of wrestlers used to die young and that they don't have health insurance, because this is something that's a topic that's never been fucking broached before. Oh no, it's been done millions of fucking times by much better reporters.
Yep.
So, fucking, what are you going to tell me next? Like, fucking, there's thoughts that maybe Lee Harvey Oswald didn't kill JFK. Like, is that your next fucking investigative report, Mr. Oliver? Thanks. No. So, as to the real sort of hot button issue, I think it's got people hot and bothered. The no health insurance. And to Troy's point, they're far from the only place that doesn't do it. But allow me to say this. And I mentioned this in the host thread. The vast majority of the boys in that locker room do not want them to give them health insurance. For a very simple reason. If they pay their health insurance, their trans, their hotel, that's money that comes off of their paychecks. They make less money on their downside guarantees. They take home less money. For the majority of these guys, they're married. They have a spouse at home who works and who does get health insurance through there. So all you're doing, and by the way, and this is another thing that was not mentioned in Mr. Oliver's report, any injury sustained in the line of work, WWE pays for.
Yep.
Covers it. Full medical. Anything medically related that happens to you in the ring, that they are responsible for. So we're basically talking like physicals and shit like that.
Right.
Again, many of them have spouses who have insurance, and they are covered. So they don't want to have money taken out of their checks. They don't want money coming off of their downsides. They don't want to be forced into what hotel they stay at that costs more and takes more money out of their checks than sleeping in a friend's house who lives in the same town, or sharing 8 into a hotel room to save money on fucking lodging. People don't seem to realize, because people have this notion that they're going to maintain the same level of contract payout while getting the lodging, while getting the insurance. And I hate to break it to you, but no company in the world is doing that. Every company that offers you health insurance, that money comes out of your paycheck. They don't fucking want it. Some do, maybe, and there are methods by which they can get health coverage and pay for it. It just doesn't come out of their check. But for those who don't want it, they don't have to have it, or they get it through a spouse. And if they need something, it's mostly covered. So this was a lot of pouring kerosene on a fire just for the sake of doing it, with no fact-based... No, if John Oliver were to sit there and talk to Kofi Kingston and say, tell me how you feel about this, it would have far more weight. Or anybody who's currently in that locker room. Instead, he went on reports, and he might as well pull out Nancy Grace fucking pictures and comments from when Chris Benoit had his issue with his wife and his son.
Yep.
Because that's about the level of fucking investigative journalism we did here. A bunch of old footage and shit that completely out of context that doesn't actually relate to today's workers, the guys in that locker room, or the situation they deal with today. Talk to somebody current or shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you brought up Chris Benoit, which is something that still gets brought up a lot with wrestling. Oh yeah, Chris Benoit murders or that. But then people don't have any fucking issue at all with the fact that Ray Caruth and Aaron Hernandez, also murderers in the NFL. Players. Were current players when they murdered. Or let's talk about the fact that fucking Kareem Hunt, the Browns' new starting running back, kicked a chick in the head. When was the last time you saw a WWE employee fucking hit a woman with full force? You know?
Is it Randy Orton on Nia Jax, the Royal Rumble?
So yeah,
kicked her in the head.
Yeah.
Troy, real quick to your Aaron Hernandez point. You know what's crazy, especially living in this area when that whole Aaron Hernandez thing blew up?
People defended him.
Not only that,
They
but
did.
the NFL didn't have to answer for it.
Nope.
Not really.
Nope.
Not like the WWE has had to answer for Chris Benoit every single fucking year.
Right.
No, Belichick was basically allowed to just say, well, we're moving on from that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
issue.
Their owner was fucking 13-year-old girls. No problem. No issue at all.
Those were handies.
He went there for sex, paid for sex, and received sex, but he's disputing it because he didn't think the traffic stop was legit.
Yeah.
And you wonder why people hate the Patriots.
Right. So, getting back on track here, Smathers did remind me that Tyson is eating May's Arby's sandwich, so definitely not paralyzed, so thank you, Smathers. And also did say that death does happen in the ring sometimes, just ask Rey Mysterio. But again, one accidental death in the ring, and guess what, man? Like, the dude still gets it brought up to him, and that fucking sucks, You think that Samoa Joe likes to hear, oh, you ended Tyson Kidd's career. Yeah, he probably feels fucking terrible about that.
I'm sure he fucking talks to him all the fucking time about it. Like,
yeah, D'Lo Brown was another one of those examples where he still doesn't fucking forgive himself for the Darren Johnson thing, and it was just an incident that happened. It was just a freak accident.
And that's the shitty thing in the sport. You put your life in other people's hands because you trust them.
Yeah.
And it's a shitty time. And the one point that I wanted to bring up about this fucking dick John Oliver,
I'll take it.
people that are about to be signed into the company know people in the company. They already know the full details of what the fuck goes on and what doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So they themselves, back to your point, Troy, they themselves are making the decision to go through with this.
Yeah.
So it's just, it was a huge narrative that kind of pissed me off. It was, some parts of it were funny, but I just, it irked me the wrong way.
How do you irk someone the right way?
A little bit of left, a little bit of right.
Yep.
All right.
Sorry, that was my segue to get us out of this topic.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Because we have a main event to talk about, and we have predictions to do, which we're going to have to fucking fly through.
Speaking of which, real quick, before we get to the predictions, if you are interested in our predictions for NXT TakeOver, I encourage you to go back to listen to last night's NXT Revisited, because we covered all that shit then, so we're just going to do WrestleMania tonight.
Right.
Good.
So our main event, we have 3 stories currently going on of people kind of overcoming the odds. Becky Lynch, Kofi Kingston, and Seth Rollins. But they can't all win, can they?
Nope.
Like, we can't have all the happy stories. One of these 3 has got to lose.
At least one.
At least one of them. Now, we're going to be bringing you our predictions in just a little bit here. But to me, so I guess the topic here is, you know, is everyone going to be upset that not all 3 of these people are going to win?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we're wrestling fans, and that's what
Yep.
we do.
Yeah.
And we want to whine and bitch. We gotta find that little fucking thing to bitch about.
We could get 99% of what we want, and all we're going to do is bitch about the 1%.
1%.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Bunch
But
of
to
whiny
that point-
bitches we are.
But to that point, all 3 stories would give people a lot of reason to bitch if one of those people didn't go over. For example,
Agreed.
I hate to say it, but the way they booked it, if Kofi doesn't win, there's going to be a race riot at WrestleMania.
Well, Smathers thinks Kofi is losing.
I think that would be a bad idea.
Yeah. See, but that's the problem, is coming out of Mania, you do not want every single one of your champions to be faces.
You know who else doesn't want Kofi to win?
Don't say it.
Da, 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 da. Oh, sorry.
No, I meant Troy.
I know.
Anyway.
I don't want Kofi to win, because what do you do?
If you said there was no way they would ever put that belt on him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's that. But also, to me, that's the one story that has the potential to die really fucking quickly. So,
Not if you Big E turn. That's all I'm saying.
well, there you go. So let's go ahead and take it over to our WrestleMania 35 predictions. As Jason says,
Fastest main event in rundown history.
well, I mean, we're
Damn.
going to be talking
No,
about
I'm not
it.
arguing
Yeah.
mad at it.
Yeah. This is in absolutely no particular order, because we don't know the match
We
order.
like to do the main event in the middle.
I put him at the bottom. So, on the pre-show, the Birth of Fame Memorial Battle Royale, the announced people so far have been Dana Brooke, Mickie James, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Asuka, Carmella, Naomi, Lana, Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, Zelina Vega, Nikki Cross, Lacey Evans, and some room for some mystery entrants. So Adam has chosen the Golden Goddess Mandy Rose winning. Jeff has chosen Lacey Evans. Jason, who do you have winning the Women's Battle Royale?
Mandy Rose is always the answer.
All right. And Ginger, who is your pick?
I'm going with good old Jason here. I'm going with Mandy Rose because
Alright.
Sonya Deville and her are going to split.
All right. So he said you're typing Mandy, but he said Jason. Sal, who's your pick?
Fuck off, Troy.
Sal, who is your pick?
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to say Sonya wins.
Okay.
Let's say she actually eliminates Mandy at the end.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is Asuka's consolation prize.
Oh yeah, that's a valid point.
So then we have...
She gives good battle royal, so.
That's true. Then we have, I think it's the 5th Andre the Giant Battle Royal at this point. The confirmed entrants so far, and there's obviously room for a couple more in here. Braun Strowman, Michael Che... Nope. Whatever, I don't fucking know. Che and Jost, I don't fucking know their names. I don't watch that fucking boring shit. It hasn't been good
Michael
since the
Che
90s.
and Colin Jost.
Michael Che and Colin Jost. Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil, Tyler Breeze.
Although, by the time Vince McMahon gets to the show, they may just be Che and Jost.
That's
So
true.
there is that possibility.
That's fair.
Yeah. Transgender Mahal, No Way Jose, Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, Kalisto, Metal Dick, Dorado, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Rhino, Victor, Connor, Andrade, Ali, Shelton Benjamin, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Otis, Tucker, and EC3. Now I am saying Lars Sullivan wins. Adam is going with Ali, and Jeff is going with Andrade. So, Sal, who do you got?
It's going to be Strowman. It's got to be Strowman.
Alright.
Seriously.
I'm watching these to see if Sal spells anything wrong.
I know, right? Jason?
You talked earlier about consolation prizes. For me, this is where Ali gets his consolation prize for missing out on the push he had.
Okay. And Ginger.
It's going to be a pointless win for EC3.
Okay. That's a bold prediction. It's a wrong one, but it's a bold prediction.
Ginger likes being wrong. I've noticed that in his predictions.
That's right.
We got a family member of Ginger's on the side in the chat room as well.
Who do we know?
What?
We've got Maria in the chat room.
Oh, Jesus. Good Lord, no.
She says, yeah, you know, I have 2 wrestlers. It's scary. If they get hurt, they are screwed. And she says, Ginger, you look tired.
I am fucking tired.
Oh, that's sweet.
So what happens when you have a 3-week-old? All right, continue, please.
All right, so the women's tag team belts are on the line as the Boston Huggies take on the Divas of Snooze, the Iconics, and the Samoan SWAT team in a 4 corners match.
You know who they're not fighting? They're not fighting at the nickname that Adam's given those two because it's not a thing.
What nickname did Adam give them?
I don't even remember. What it's fucking...
Landy Savage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's
Okay.
right. Because he's retarded.
Samoan SWAT team is better.
Yeah, Samoan SWAT team just works.
Sometimes you overthink things when you try to come up with nicknames.
So myself, Adam, and Jeff have all gone with Boston Huggies. Ginger, who are you going with?
You're going to see a title change. It's going to be the Samoan Twat team.
Alright.
Isn't that what you said after, what was it? The other one over there, the other pay-per-view? That they...
Fastlane?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you know, if you just keep saying it, eventually it'll
Fucking
happen.
right, that's what I'm aiming for on that. But no, I don't think they're going to let Boston Huggies hold them.
Alright. Sal.
I really want to say the Iconics because I think a heel team holding the titles is the better business. But the Iconics' work in the ring has been shit lately, so I guess I got to go with Bossy Hugs.
Alright. Jason.
I mean, Boston Hugs hasn't been the same since they lost their pussy farts. But for purposes of trying to get the most correct answers, if I pick everybody else, I can't lose. Pick the same as everybody else, I can't lose points. So I'm going with Boston Hugs.
Alright. Fair enough. Just announced today, the Raw Tag Team Champions, The Revival, will defend against Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Yeah. So, Adam and myself have both called it that fuck the Revival. The Major Brothers are winning. Jason, who are you going with?
Yeah, Major Brothers.
Jesus Christ. Please fucking release them.
They're about to win the tag titles. What are you talking about?
No, just release everybody in this match. Just release the Revival so they can go be actual tag teams that matter. And release the Major Brothers because nobody cares at this point. Ginger.
That crowd in New York is going to be hot for this.
Yeah, especially with the Kurt Hawkins getting the pin.
Especially with Zack Ryder being announced from Long Island, New Jersey.
Yeah.
First of all, did you catch the hashtag sign on the Revival's trunks this past Monday?
Sorry, Long
And
Island, New York.
it's the Revival's retaining.
Yeah, the hashtag's been there for a while. When they do it, it's forever the Revival.
Yeah, but they know it's fuck the Revival.
You want to change your pick?
It's for sure fuck the Revival.
No, it's going. I'm going FTR.
Sal.
Wait, you're going FTR as in picking the Revival or saying
Yes.
fuck the Revival? Okay.
Oh, yes, I'm going.
Because going FTR means you would be picking the Major Brothers.
I'm
and saying,
going
fuck the Revival.
forever the Revival.
Okay.
I'm saying fuck the Revival, and I'm putting the titles on the Major Brothers.
So if any of you actually bothered to put money on bets for WrestleMania, just pick the opposite of what Ginger says.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. The next match, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre in a
Oh, Jesus Christ, don't even say it.
Don't.
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 Don't be that guy.
Don't. No.
Adam has gone with Drew McIntyre. Jeff and myself have gone with Roman Reigns. Sal, who are you going with?
Drew. I think Drew gets the win here.
Ramen noodles.
Ginger.
Ramen noodles.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means.
Oh, Roman Reigns, man.
Okay.
Ramen noodles. Ramen, Roman.
Sure.
No?
Jason.
It's gonna be Drew York.
Okay.
Smathers says Reigns wins.
Yeah.
He also has Ryder and Hawkins beating the Revival.
Who doesn't?
And the Samoan Scissor Squad. at the top.
Yeah. The Intercontinental Championship will be online as the almighty Bobby Lashley takes on the Demon Finn Balor. Sal, who you got?
Finn.
All right. Jason?
My enjoyment of this match is going to be based solely on how long Finn Balor shows his tongue. So, all I can say is I'm going to have to say Finn Balor wins because the Demon doesn't lose.
Jaja.
Ginger's going to pick Lashley because it's the one.
No. Just to fuck with you guys, I'm going with Finn.
All right. That makes it a clean sweep
Oh
because
shit! Now I want to change my answer. Hold on.
No, you don't get to change your answer.
Me,
I
Jeff,
picked you one for a reason.
me, Jeff, and Adam all chose Finn Balor. In a match that
Adam chose Finn Balor. Holy shit! What a shock.
I know.
in a match that probably won't happen, Samoa Joe takes on Rey Mysterio or maybe his son. I don't know. Mysterio apparently hurt himself in the Baron Corbin match, which again proves that Baron Corbin ruins everything. So this one might change. This one might become a multi-person match. This one just might throw somebody else in Mysterio's spot, or maybe Mysterio is able to leg it out. So Ginger, who do you got?
If it's Ray, then Ray. Whoever is facing Joe is winning the belt.
Okay, we're going with a fuck Samoa Joe chant now. Jason.
Rey Mysterio is replaced by R-Truth.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
a possibility.
Negative points. No, Joe's going to keep it, whoever it is.
I'm just gonna save up my piss, and as soon as they announce whoever's taking the spot, if it's R-Truth, I'm going to take the world's longest piss, and I'm going to completely miss this match. And I'm just gonna pretend it never happened.
But a WrestleMania style Carmella ass shake.
Oh, okay. So now we might be bringing piss boners into it, which
Right?
those are awkward to do.
yeah, exactly. I mean, you never know. They take forever to fucking be done with. Yeah. So, Sal, who you got?
Wrestling.
Yeah, I don't even know if Ray's gonna wrestle this match. It doesn't matter. Joe's gonna retain.
All right. Me, Jeff, and Adam all went with Samoa Joe. Our next match, AJ Styles takes on Dick Fingers himself, Randy Orton. Jeff chose Dick Fingers, because of course he did. Me and Adam continue to be on the same wavelength here, and we've even matched cycles, as we are picking AJ Styles. Sal, who do you got?
You know, it's gonna be Styles.
Alright. Jason?
I think it's going to be Orton. I think eventually Seth is going to get the belt, and I think you're going to need... Oh, wait, they're on different shows.
Yep.
All right, never mind. It's going to be AJ Styles.
Well, that didn't work out very well for you.
No. My thought process got fucked up on that one.
Alright, Ginger?
Orton.
Plus, I knew Ginger was going to do that, so...
I have a reasoning behind it, but we don't have time, so.
We have plenty of time. Go ahead.
Yeah,
No, go for it.
They're gonna make that basically the number one contender-esque, and it's gonna be Orton versus Kofi for the first fucking Kofi run with the belt.
There you go.
It's a possibility.
The SmackDown Tag Team titles are on line as the Usos take on The Bar, Black O'Shea, and Rusev and Shinsuke. Adam has chosen The Bar, for some reason. Me and Jeff went with the Usos to retain. Jason, who you got?
I like the Usos.
Ginger.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Usos as well.
And Sal.
Yeah, there's no story here. There's no point. It's going to be the Usos. Why make a title change now?
All right. Fair enough. The Miz takes on Shane McMahon in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Me, Adam, and Jeff have all gone with The Miz. Ginger, who you got?
Miz.
And Sal?
Miz. They're trying to make this face turn work.
And Jason?
I'm going to say Shane. I think they've been doing a lot to make Miz look sort of like Steve Austin light, and I think there's a reason for that. I think they want the surprise when Shane beats him.
All right. Kurt Angle's final match in a Thanks for All the Suck. Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin, because when you got a guy that everyone chants you suck at, you got to pair him with a guy who literally sucks. So Adam has gone with Baron Corbin. Apparently I didn't put my pick on this one. I am going to go with Baron Corbin. Jeff has gone with Kurt Angle. And Sal, who you got?
I'm going to go with Angle. It's the last match. I know the tradition is you go out on your back, but not the fucking Corbin. So I'm going to pick Angle.
It's heat, man. It's heat. Ginger.
Since Baron Corbin injured one of their matches, I'm going with Kurt Angle.
Fair. Jason.
Since I'm not sure Kurt Angle could get on his back at this point, I'm going to go with Kurt Angle to win.
Who was the dude that won the Gimmick Battle Royal because he couldn't go over the top rope?
Iron Sheik.
Iron Sheik.
Yeah. That's right.
Nice. In a no-holds-bar match, if Triple H loses, he must retire from in-ring wrestling, and of course, that is law-abiding. Blue Tista takes on Triple H. Jason.
I'm going with Zeus.
You confused him. He's doing a really good job.
It's no holds barred. You gotta go with Zeus. Triple H.
Okay. Ginger.
Going for a record here, Blue Tista.
Alright. Again, that's put money on Triple H. Sal.
I actually was going to go with Batista, and then Ginger picked him, so now I got to go Triple H.
Nice. Me, Adam, and Jeff have all gone with Triple H. The last match that's on the pre-show, and it definitely belongs there, the Cruiserweight Championship will be on the line as Budrick Murphy takes on Antoine Nice. I don't see them putting the title on Tony Nese because he's boring as piss. So I'm saying that Buddy Murphy retains. Adam and Jeff have gone with Antoine. Sal, who you got?
It's Tony Nese. I think they make the change here. It's a decent story. It's the only story they got in 205 tonight right now.
Jason?
You say he's boring as piss, but Vince finds piss very entertaining. Let's not forget that.
It's funny!
Yeah. No, Buddy Murphy.
All right. Ginger?
Nice.
All right. The Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships are on the line.
You gotta wonder how like Sal and Adam and Jeff feel when they hear that Ginger agrees with them. Like,
Yep.
do they rush to their computer and try to change it?
Wait, how did I do on the last one? Was it fucking awful?
Dead fucking last, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
You got like 3 right out of 8 matches?
That was just...
3 is better than 2. Because the match is over then.
Smather says the Demon loses and will be on 205 Live in a month. Joe retains versus someone who isn't Mysterio, Harper maybe. AJ wins. Usos retain in what should be a ladder match. McMahon wins with help from a returning Bray Wyatt, which sets up that feud. Angle wins and then Cena wins. So apparently he does 2 matches. Triple H wins because he has to beat everyone before he retires.
Yep.
And then Murphy retains. I have never actually watched one of his matches though.
What?
This matters.
He's been on pay-per-views. How have you not seen him?
He's been on pre-shows. Let's be fair.
No, he did.
No, he was on like one. He's like on one main
It
card.
was the Royal Rumble, right?
Must have been his
Yeah, against
your mom.
Cedric.
So the winner take all for the women's championship belts. Becky Lynch takes on Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. I am doubling down and saying Charlotte Flair wins. Adam and Jefe went with Becky Lynch. Jason, who are you going with?
I think you're gonna go with Becky here. It's the first women's main event. You want the feel-good moment at the end.
Sal was calling a shot there. Sal, who do you got?
I got Becky. I was actually surprised. I thought Jason was going the other way.
And Ginger.
Ronda Rousey.
Virtually guaranteeing that Ronda does not win.
Hey, helps my chances. The Universal Championship is on the line as Brock Lesnar reminds us that he exists versus Seth Rollins. I have gone with Rollins. Jeff has gone with Rollins. Adam has gone with Cock Lesnar.
Which is kind of shocking when you think about it.
I mean, not that shocking.
Doesn't mean he wants that to be the finish, just
Yeah.
that he thinks it's going to be.
So that's how convinced he is, which is telling.
Ginger.
This is going to be the Debbie Downer of the night. Brock Lesnar retains.
I still insist that Lesnar is going to win the Money in the Bank and going to cash in on whoever is the WWE champion and move to SmackDown. But, whatever. Jason.
Oh, fuck me, I agree with Ginger. Yeah, Brock Lesnar's going to win this for no other reason other than Blood Money in the Sand 4 is coming up in May, so I think the Saudis want Brock Lesnar on the show. I think that show is probably where he'll drop it to Seth Rollins.
Okay. Sal?
Remember last year when anybody who would have picked Brock to retain over Roman would have had stones thrown at them and been classified as dumb as fuck?
Because they're gay?
That's a different country.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about Saudi Arabia. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, as much as it's gonna fucking suck, and it might even suck the air out of the building, Brock's retaining.
Alright. Samantha says that Rollins wins, and hopefully we'll never hear Lesnar's music again. And also that Lynch beats Charlotte, leaving for Rousey's return against Lynch. You never actually beat me. That takes us to our main event. The WWE Championship is on the line as Daniel Bryan takes on Kofi Kingston. I have chosen Daniel Bryan. Adam and Hefe chose Kofi Kingston. What say you, Ginger?
This is your feel really fucking good moment that is going to pay off for Kofi. Kofi Kingston will be your new WWE champion.
Jason.
Fuck, I agree with Ginger twice in a row. Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, welcome to the dark side.
And Sal.
What does it say about you that you're picking the guy who's been held down because of his race to lose this match, Troy? Whatever, I'm going with Kofi. It's the feel-good moment of the year. It's Kofi Mania, man.
I mean, you can still have Bobby Lashley retain, and you can be like, look, a black guy's got a belt.
It's not the belt.
Yeah, well. Samantha says Daniel Bryan wins because McMahon loves Hulk Hogan.
Ugh.
All right,
So-
so can I make a suggestion here as we move to the next segment?
Okay.
We only have one show on the indie dates that's actually taking place this weekend. Can we just do that one and move on? We'll do the rest next week when we don't have...
Yep, I agree with that.
Sure.
Now, can we just have a real quick... I just got a quick question I've been meaning to ask you guys. Now that it is WrestleMania
12
week...
inches. Oh, sorry, it was a different question. Never mind, go ahead.
Now that it is WrestleMania week, are you more amped that you were last week? Are you looking more forward to Mania this week than you were previous weeks?
I am so looking forward to NXT tomorrow night, and way more so than Mania.
I am really looking forward to the Pizza Hut pizza that I will be devouring on Sunday night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having fun on Sunday night, but when I look at this match card, it's not too great outside of maybe 2 or 3 matches.
I will say that most of the time when the card looks underwhelming, those have been some of my favorite WrestleManias. Ultimately,
True,
payoff wise. So
absolutely.
Okay, that was just a quick question. because this week I've been really amped for Mania for some reason. I don't know why, but like Monday hit and I was like, oh shit, it's Mania week.
Yeah, it's still Christmas for wrestling fans.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a quick question for you guys. Is that crowd going to be there the whole time? I mean, they keep adding more matches. I feel like that's a detriment.
Well, that's where you have the benefit of the women main eventing. No, the women main eventing, because they're going to be so hyped by the time that match comes around. So they will at least end hot.
Okay.
We are going to get periods like we did last year of dead crowd, but it's you can't do anything about that, man. You're asking people to sit in a fucking arena for like 7 goddamn hours. So,
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
But again, I mean, the hangovers will kick in, the beer will kick in, you know, the 5-hour energy will kick in, and the excitement of the main event is going to be what's going to keep the people around. And
Kofi.
And Kofi, yeah, they are going to have a very good flow to the show. Yeah, we know that.
Do you think at one point we see Jeff crowd surfing past the hard cam?
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, the one trick they need to do though, they need to space it correctly.
Right.
That's one thing that they tend
have
to
failed at in the past.
No, most of the time they're pretty good, but sometimes they've had some fucking killer just downers. So let's hope they just do it in the right order.
You just need to make sure that you follow up the Thanks for All the Suck match with like Daniel Bryan's match, you know, because the crowd is going to not give a fuck, and they need something to perk them back.
I think they'll care, but they're gonna need a big boost after that one.
It's
anybody got a guess on what opens the show?
What opens the show?
Yeah.
Styles and Orton.
Yeah, I was just about to say Styles and Orton, so it's not going to be that one.
Styles and Orton. I was thinking maybe Finn and Lashley, but they kind of did Finn last year. But
no, they won't. They won't
have opening match energy.
Yeah.
AJ Styles has opening match energy.
Yeah,
that's true.
Maybe the SmackDown take belts, because the Usos and Black O'Shea are some, you know.
Black O'Shea and the Usos could get them hyped. That's true.
But we'll see this Sunday. WWE Network.
Smathers says he's going to have some. Smathers says he's going to have some Nashville hot chicken wings and be yelling at his TV on Sunday. He doesn't even know what the matches are for NXT. To which I tell you, sir, go back and listen to yesterday's NXT Revisited, because Troy and I went through all that shit for you to get you ready for NXT.
Well worth it.
Right.
And yes, I do think that John Cone's son will help Braun Strowman win the Andrew for the Giant Battle Royal.
And that will bring us to me telling you that this Saturday, APW returns to live action April 6th at 6 p.m. as they present Spring Loaded 8 at the Newburyport Elks Lodge at 25 Low Street. Currently, the card looks like this. APW Heavyweight Champion Dynamite Danny Miles will defend against former champion The Devil's Reject Brandon Webb. APW New England Champion Demon Ortiz will be defending his title against hard-hitting Bobby Ocean. We'll also see the return of Slick Wagner Brown when he takes on the masshole Mike McCarthy in a match to determine the #1 contender for the APW New England Championship. We will have Redemption versus the Dickbusters in a grudge match. All that and much, much more when APW presents Spring Loaded 8 on Saturday night, April 6th. Be there.
It's going to be a good one. It's my first show back at APW since my child was born, so I'm getting pretty antsy for that one.
Yeah, and I have to miss it. I'm a little bummed. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
So. Oh, you suck.
I know I do.
Thanks for the suck. That does it for the rundown for this Thursday, March 21st. Nope, didn't update that. This Thursday, April 4th, 2019. As always, if you could please rate us and leave us a review, we will read your review on air. You can put whatever you want in it. I will read it.
Got to be 5 stars for us to read it, though.
Does it?
Yeah.
We're not Adam.
Yeah. I'm not going to read 2 stars. If people want us to read stupid shit, they got to give us 5 stars.
I mean, I would read it.
Have we checked to see if we have any once in a while?
No.
Okay. Well, they could give us a 2-star and just a shit review right up.
That's
5 stars and a shit review in the write-up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not 2 stars. We're not going to read it. If you're going to give us 2 stars, fuck off. We're not going to read it.
This week's episode was brought to you by Anchor Podcasting. Are you a moron? Not done. Not done. Are you a moron who just wants to blather on and on while getting paid? Then Anchor Podcasting is perfect for you. Sign up for free now and start a podcast that you won't even own. Anchor owns all rights to every word you say, but we'll slap that shit on iTunes for you, because now you belong to us. Join today and you can start filling your podcast with ads for dick pills, dick chewing gum, and dicks with podcasts like Y2J. Unlimited earning potential as long as at least 10,000 people listen to your shitty sounding episodes. Use promo code WEOWNYOU to get 45% off your first payout. that would be the sound. I thought that would go over, but see, that's why I don't do ad reads. Even fake
The
ones.
one you did on the thread the other day was fantastic.
Oh my god.
Follow us on Twitter at Rundown Network. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Rundown Wrestling. Email the show your dick pics via rundownwrestling@gmail.com. Go to instagram.com/Rundown Wrestling, youtube.com/Rundown Wrestling. Leave us a voicemail at 617-863-6967. That's 61 Rundown 7. We are now on Patreon. Head over to patreon.com/Rundown Wrestling to become a patron. Check out our website, rundownwrestling.com, for information on all of our other great shows, such as the Nitromania podcast, Hurry Up and Cruiserweight, Making the Grade, NXT Revisited, ROH Dishonorable Discharge, and WrestleMania Salvation. You can also check out the archives for all of those shows, as well as the complete archives for my other podcast, the Slasher Sanitarium, as well as a brand new episode. Listen to our friends at Kingpin Brian Malotis on Matt Kraken and the Wrestling Podcast About Nothing with new podcasts every Monday. Go to facebook.com/thewpan or thewpan.com.
Yeah, and real quick shout out the Kingpin Brian Malonis, former Kingpin, the Bruiser. Brawler Brian Malonis, that's right. Along with his partner, the Beer City Bruiser, will be competing this weekend in Madison Square Garden. Huge thing for them, and congratulations.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Check out a friend, Justin Michaels, on his show Yesterland Waltz.
Who will not be at Madison Square Garden this weekend, so fuck
You
that.
don't know
I'm
that.
just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Go to yesterlandwaltz.com or watch it on your Roku through the RNTV app or the 24/7 Retro app. You can follow our hosts on Twitter at GStarT0920, at Rockstar Troy, at WrestleMania Sal, at Realist Tommy, at Johnny Analog, and at Ginger19876, and at random_porn_chick. Thanks to all of you for listening. Thanks to Jason.
Thanks, Troy.
Ginger.
Thank you very much.
And Sal.
Thank you, Troy. Everybody go enjoy WrestleMania. Like Jason said, this is our fucking Christmas.
Yep.
All right. Thanks as always to Jason for our theme song and being our editor, and thanks to Sal for all of his years of service to the Rundown, and good luck with your new podcast on Anchor Podcasting.
I'm going to fucking drive to Wisconsin and slap you.
For the record, I put that shit in.
Yeah, that one was
You
it.
jacket.
I did the other one.
You
Next
don't have to
week.
drive that far to come and smack the shit out of me. So. Good luck with that, though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Next week, not only do we continue to pleasure ourselves to pictures of beautiful women, but we will also bring you a review of WrestleMania as well as the shows after WrestleMania, because they're always fucking insane. So with that,
I guess that means we will see you next Thursday. We'll see you next Thursday. It's been a long fucking night.
We will see your ass next time.
Peace out, bitches.
It's a pretty good one.
Two hots, bitches.
this has been a production of the Rundown Wrestling Network. If you're interested in having your podcast join the Rundown Wrestling Network, please email us at rundownwrestling@gmail.com for more information. And thank you for listening. And YouTube, thank you for watching. All right. Smathers and everyone else, thank you so much. But it's time to say farewell. Bye-bye.